Here's to you and here's to me, and maybe never disagree. But if we do, to hell with you. Here's to me.
Till my hands fucking bleed. You won't see me stop, no, you won't see me quit. I'm gon' make it to the top if it's the last thing I did. Never catch me, man, I'm gone, cause I'll be working off the grid. Grinding through all the pain, I said I'd do it, and I did. I'm the type to work until my hands fucking bleed. I'm the type to fight when others fall into their knees. I'm the type to ask for more pain, give it please. Cause on the other side of pain is everything I fucking need. I got a hunger inside of me, a flame ignites entirely. I work daily quietly to build a perfect dynasty, a place where my mind is free from the chains of society. I take all anxiety and turn it to the finer things. Oh, don't take it slow, I got these places to go. I wanna grow, I wanna be something more, a different mode. I'll hit if I gotta go, cause I got something to show the world, and one day will know. You won't see me stop, no, you won't see me quit. I'm gon' make it to the top if it's the last thing I did. Never catch me, man, I'm gone, cause I'll be working off the grid. Grinding through all the pain, I said I'd do it, and I did. I'm the type to work until my hands fucking bleed. I'm the type to fight when others fall into their knees. I'm the type to ask for more pain, give it please. Cause on the other side of pain is everything I fucking need. Till my hands fucking bleed. Till my hands fucking bleed. You won't see me stop, no, you won't see me quit. I'm gonna make it to the top if it's the last thing I did. Never catch me, man, I'm gone, cause I've been working off the grid. Grinding through all the pain, I said I'd do it, and I did. You won't see me stop, no, you won't see me quit. I'm gonna make it to the top if it's the last thing I did. Never catch me, man, I'm gone, cause I've been working off the grid. Grinding through all the pain, I said I'd do it, and I did. Till my hands fucking bleed. Till my hands fucking bleed.
Yeah!
8 minutes later.
All right. There we go. Things are actually functional and working, and we're going to pretend like they're actually happening. Oh, I just screwed the freaking pooch on my very first clip. I just locked that thing down. All right. Since we're off to such a sparkling good start, let's just go ahead and do this thing. And then some of this. Wait, we're going to do this. Who are you? What are you doing here? Oh, she's not here yet. All right. Well, we'll just move on to the next step, I guess. Well, I don't have the next step because I just turned off the next step. I just banished it to the non-return realm. I'm not sure what to do with it. Uh, it wasn't that great. It was just some bald guy beating on his camera with a cigarette. It's one of my favorite clips he does. Hey, welcome back. Welcome to the show. You're here. Here, tell them what you do. You got to
I'm here. I know.
There you go. I love your hat.
Thanks.
You just, yeah. Okay. You're straight macking on me, aren't you?
No.
So,
What you want, sucker?
how dare you? I'm a married man. How you doing?
Good. I mean, it's the Shills show.
Freaky Geek says he's here, but not all there.
Me too.
I think that goes for the crowd, bro. What's up, Truth? Good to see you, brother. User 739, Lady Wolverine. I'm getting rated
Lady
by some
Wolverine.
strange location.
I love her.
Is AAP getting in on it? Is
Oh,
that
I
what's
don't know.
Hmm.
But I'll take
All right,
Lady.
ladies and gentlemen, check it out. I have a number of channels over here that are between, I don't know, there's a couple of them that are like a million subs. I think there's one, there's a whole bunch of subs. I don't know how many. But the rest of them are like between 5,000 and 7,000, something like that. A couple of them ain't got like one of them. At least. Let me turn off some stuff here. So, resources. resources. Oh, it's all about the resources. Yeah, we got to beat that competition. All right, so there's a bit of a catch with the show tonight, so I'm gonna explain it to everybody one good time. When you stop beating up the microphone.
Oh,
All right. Anyway, so here's the deal. Something to do with the most recent update with OBS. For whatever reason, my Windows is coming in as an echo. And so anytime I'm running an actual video that's coming streaming through my YouTube, I have to use no echo cancellation or it does not y'all can't hear it. No one can hear it but me. And it comes in super loud on me already. That being said, I figured out a way to make it work, but it involves everybody getting along famously and doing what they're supposed to do when they do it. And she's agreed to do that thing. So we're gonna try it, see how it works. That's the plan.
wait,
Uh,
what?
yeah, you're gonna try to do that thing, right?
That thing?
That thing that we
Oh, that be quiet thing?
well, no, it,
I'm just kidding. Nobody fucking cares.
we got the smoking auditor in the house. Good to see you. Let's back up and see who we got here. AJOT gets the gold. Does that count? I
Yes.
don't think that counts. You're a guest.
Yes.
You don't get the gold. Toe for Life gets the gold. MVTV Montana Vigilante TV gets the silver, and John Eagle gets the bronze. Welcome to the show. User 739 is here. User 739.
3099. I don't know. Ain't there a song?
That's not right at all.
Whatever it is.
I'm going to try it one more time. User 739 is here. Truth be told, audits. Freaky Geek. Good to see you.
Hello, user.
Lady. Wait, let me do this right. Lady Wolverine. I bet it just filtered all of that out. Nothing, right?
Nothing.
Okay.
Except you sounding retarded.
Right. StreamYards, man. StreamYards takes every bit of it. If I try to use my echo thing over here, it doesn't work because echo cancellation is on. It just doesn't let it happen. So no Odin. Doesn't happen. Trinity Trails Ninjas in the house. The smoking auditors showed up. Violence is life. We all know that.
Violence is life.
Andrea Nose is here. Good to see
Oh my
absolutely everybody.
goodness. Man, you got an awesome
Oh, dude, I love these people.
full
You
of
have
chat full of whatever.
Dude, I expressly went forward into this channel attempting to get people from absolutely every YouTube community I could find.
Wow.
I know I got real big hard off into the auditors to start with, but that's because they like being on
Did
camera.
you?
I did real hard and deep.
Hard and deep.
Hard and deep and repetitively.
Yes,
Plus no.
repetitively, yes.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I don't buy my own
Your
treatment.
cat has been like 18 for the last year and a half. So
No. It was 17 years old last week.
No.
A week and a half ago.
No, it was
14
not.
years old the week before that. I don't care how old her fucking cat is, man.
I'm in all corners of the Dust Bowl.
What? Ooh.
Careful what you wish for.
Wow. He had a birthday. I told you.
Well, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
Slow hand.
Slow hand. I don't understand. Do I need a dissertation or an explanation? I can't figure it out.
I think I'm wishing for a slow hand. I don't know. I don't know.
Slow hand.
Moving on.
We're moving. Okay, so I got this video, right? I'm going to turn off my echo cancellation, mute yourself, and we will watch the freaking video. Okay?
I will do my best.
Now, this is Clown World YouTube. Clown World YT. Let me grab that, oh, that sucks. Wait. It's not up there.
Yes, you do.
Why is it not up there? Why is not everybody in my chat? Wait, hold on. You're not here. You're not here. You're not over here.
Nope, I'm right where I need to be.
No, I'm saying I've got two people that are in chat over here in my StreamYards that are not in my chat on the fucking.
Then they're blocked or something. Are you sure you didn't miss him? Do you have your
I have
YouTube
9
on live chat and not top chat?
I just
Been
changed it,
known to
like,
happen.
I'm waiting to see if it actually catches up.
Okay, I'm sure it's probably go or good to go or.
Okay, alright, I'll let it go, but we're gonna do this thing. Let me do this thing.
But
I'm
you have a couple of moderators plus me who's watching.
Okay, yeah, alright. I'm just saying, like, it was weird for a second there, and we're gonna do this thing, and
A
this thing
moment.
will be done. It will be done. Alright, so everything's fixing to go hard around. There we go. 3, 2, 1, and
Hello, Mr.
hello,
Bean.
Mr. Bean.
Well, we've made many videos about the energy and vegan nutters, but this level of degeneracy is something we've never seen.
Fire
What
poking
kind of
stick
bullshit
isn't
is this?
kosher.
Oh
Fire
my
poking
dear
stick
monkey fucking Joseph, that shit's been sitting there for like 8 fucking hours. I swear to God. Mm. Ugh. Okay, alright, 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 alright. Man, talking about getting mad. Oh my God.
Jose.
Is it muted?
Well, we've made many videos about the energy and vegan nutters, but this level of degeneracy is something we've never seen before. So during lockdown, the UK government and the woke NPCs had us doing some pretty cringe stuff. Most countries went 9 out of 10, but I feel our cringe level was a solid 15 out of 10 minimum. We were clapping on our doorstep for the NHS, which I'm sure they appreciate more than the 0% pay rise they receive. We were hugging each other using plastic bags, because, you know, science and that. Then we had this World War II Captain Tom guy who was walking around his garden 100 times, aged like 100. I thought it was pure cringe, but the man raised more than 30 million for the NHS. It's a fair play. So he passed away in 2021, and a memorial went up in his honour. And this is where the story gets sticky, because despite never being on a private jet, the eco-warriors came out to do the man dirty in the name of banning private jets. So no more explanation needed. Let's just check out the video in question, and then we can discuss the depravity.
I don't understand.
Understand
So as
what?
always, they make zero sense.
I don't
But this
get
woman thing is actually making less sense than Greta is. This potential woman is 21 years old, and she's already been divorced. Can you imagine how her ex-husband feels watching this? She is absolutely one to stay away from. She actually makes my ex look normal, and my ex is far, far, far from normal. She even proudly made an unhinged video explaining her flawed logic just for Twitter.
Onto a Captain Tom memorial. People are going to say that he's a hero. People are going to say that this is profoundly, obscenely disrespectful to his life and the NHS that he stood up for. And I agree. I was studying to become a doctor because I believe in taking care of people. If we believe that the NHS is important, if we believe in taking care of each other, if we believe that NHS workers are doing essential work, why are we forcing our healthcare system into collapse? Why are we forcing our civilization into collapse?
They just openly publicised their crimes because they simply don't care. We've already seen how a similar vegan group broke about 50 transport trucks and even posted a map of their crimes on Twitter. It's just absurd how nothing is ever done. It has her name, her social media, her organisation. It's even got a time and date. If this was you or anything that you stood for, the police would be at your door even before you can take a much needed shower. And honestly, to these people, it doesn't matter whose grave it is. Mine? Hers? Yours? Grandmas. They would even do this to your house if they had the opportunity. There ain't a day that goes by where I'm not jealous of the Second Amendment in the USA. We don't even have the basic ability to defend against stuff like this. It's mad. This unhealthy woman-looking thing shouldn't have been able to leave the area. She should be the one who needs cleaning, not old Tom. Even Jesus himself. Mr. Turn the Other Cheek. I know he would happily say, yeah, you know what, that woman's got to go. Because even though her cause of banning private jets makes zero sense, if you look at it just on a human level, this woman is warped, but she is not alone in her cause or her behaviour. It just undercuts any message that she actually might want to talk about. Because we just don't care about the cause anymore. They've already crossed the line. It's the same with the Queen video that I made. As I said, I wasn't a huge fan of the Queen, and I just don't think we need a royal family. But publicly saying that people deserve excruciating times and throwing waste on war memorials is just not the way forward. 10 years ago, this wouldn't have happened. Imagine how it's going to be in another 10 years. My kids might live to the year 2100, and I don't want to leave them a stinking pile of humanity. And as always, the media don't care. They cringe promoted Captain Tom enough to raise 30 million for just walking around his garden in some woke display. But I guarantee you, they're not ever going to raise this story up enough for true justice to be served. Because as we saw yesterday, the media's just too busy mixing up black men in articles during day one of Black History Month. You couldn't make it up, could you?
That's pretty fantastic. I like that guy. That's YouTube Clown World. It's I got echo cancellation back on. Speak as you wish. You ever seen that guy?
No.
All right. So in the past year and a half, since pretty much since Brexit, so past 2 years, there's been something of an explosion in British. Uh, the news would like to call them right wing commentators, but this guy's about as right wing as a California Democrat. So it doesn't fly as far as trying to say they're right wing weirdos. He's too far left to be a right wing weirdo. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's funny because that's what they try to paint him over there. But like any California Democrat would look at that guy and say he is far too left. That doesn't make any sense. Anyway, he's doing the whole political dissertation thing where he goes in and breaks down different news articles as pertains to the UK and says specifically that this is one of my favorite parts. His let me do this. His pasta. Copy pasta. All right, there he is. He does these he basically goes over news articles and picks them apart for, you know, the narrative type stuff. And I guess you would call him an anti-woke new YouTuber. I'm more along the lines of this think he's funny. You know, he uses the truth in a way that is humorous, and I find that funny. That's what I appreciate about his channel in particular.
Funny haha or funny ha ha?
Oh, straight up funny, haha. No joke. Like, I feel like his use of the truth is a layer of satire beyond simple jokes. He tells jokes, and they're funny, but his overarching anti-narrative, I guess, is humorous in and of itself. Watch about 3 videos, and you'll start seeing the threads connect, and it and it gets funnier because I don't think any of it's serious.
Oh, I'm sure there's a little bit of seriousness in there.
Well, there would
But
have to
he's
be,
covering it up with all the sprinkles.
right? I like the sprinkles. That's the part I like, to be specific. All right. So anyway, that's
And
everybody.
that's in the UK.
We got 801 Life just walked in. Good to see you, bud. Biggie and Beans here. Hey, hun. I gotta edit your video. I got tangled up doing some quotes, and it took way longer than I thought it was going to, like 12 hours longer than I thought it was going to. So like I'm about a day and a half behind on all my edits. But I'm about 3 months ahead on all my quotes. So there you go.
Not
What else?
me.
All right, so we're gonna
Sprinkle.
go. Oh no, that went off. I
That's
found this dude a couple days ago, right? And
Is
his
this the
name is
next one?
Dingo. We're gonna have to deal with an ad because I'm gonna go get his actual link before we
Oh, is
start.
this a gaming channel? Hell yeah.
Actually, no.
No.
Well, yes, it's a gaming channel, but
A
it's not.
channel where I play some games.
Yeah, it's a gaming channel, but it's not a Fallout 4 channel. This is his very first Fallout 4 video, and
Okay.
Homeboy went like 900,000 views or some crap like.
I
It's
guess
like
Fallout is a big whatever.
it's Fallout 4 specifically. I mean, but yeah, no, Fallout's a big deal as far as gaming is concerned.
Okay.
And for some strange reason, there has been a recent redress, a recent like multiplication of Fallout
The
material.
redress?
Recess?
You
Recent.
said redress?
Right. No, I got the wrong word, and I stopped, back up, regrouped, and reloaded. Started firing again because that's how you do it.
Okay.
All right. So anyway, his name's Spy Dingo.
Is this like a adult child or an adult or what?
Well, he's maybe 19.
Okay.
Well, you know, so how
Okay.
childish is that? You know, you'll see as soon as you hear what's going on. You'll all right. So there's 2 videos here. His 2 most recent videos. I don't usually do most recent videos, but the rest of his content is deep dives into specific games, and he just hit Fallout, and Fallout's the one I care about. So we're going to start with his oldest Fallout video.
I don't
which
play
is-
none of these games, so. Now put an Atari in front of me, hell yeah.
Give me
Or
a Coleco.
Nintendo, shoot. We gonna Zelda it.
Yeah, we will Zelda that thing right out.
Street Fighter.
Where's it at? Right. You know, it won't even tell me how many freaking views he got. It just says 201.
I see 6,300
Right. Okay.
views. Oh, I guess that's just likes.
Well, yeah, 6,300 likes. So around 400,000 views or something. He made a piece of work. He put in a piece of work on this, and it's beautifully done. And here's what I love about it. It is a particular piece of Fallout no one has actually touched real hard. In Fallout, there are a handful of vehicles, but there are no vehicles you can actually drive. There's a couple you can ride in, but there's none that you can like get in, crank up, and go somewhere, right? This guy goes and finds a specific video that apparently no one else on YouTube has actually done a deep dive into. And then not only does he do the deep dive, but he also points out all the problems with the art versus the functionality versus how it should work, right?
Okay.
So it's like a parallel universe, parallel timeline,
Well,
right? Okay. All right. I got to do the audio thing, and everybody can hate me for it later. All right. No, that is incorrect. Don't do that. Jesus Christ. I don't like it. Oh, yeah. I need to do that thing, too, because I suck, and everybody knows it. Everyone knows it now. That, and then this, and then that. And then this.
If so, you're not alone. So do I. Also, so do a lot of others, considering there's such a thing as Tank Fest in this world. I've never been, but if you have, please gloat in the comments below. Now on to the actual topic of this video, that there main battle tank found in Fallout 4's Boston. What the heck is going on with that thing? Let's get into it. The US Army's MBT is a nuclear-powered, obviously heavy tank weighing in at a whopping 60 tons with dual 140mm cannons. It has the approximate dimensions of 10 feet wide, 9 feet tall, and 20 feet long. This particular tank also features quad tracks, 2 in the front and 2 in the back. The pro of this design is it allows the tank to theoretically forward incline smoother, but this comes at the drawback of being significantly more vulnerable to getting stuck in ditches that a tank with 2 tracks would generally be able to overcome. More downsides to this approach is the increase in maintenance complexity, both in the number of tracks and the access to said tracks. Not going to lie though, it looks cool. Finally, it's believed that this 60-ton tank starts with a key turn, if you can believe that. If a nuclear tank sounds absurd to you, good, because it is. But it might surprise you that back in the 50s, some crazy Chrysler engineers actually designed such a thing, though it was only a proposed 25 tons. Hey, given that though, it would be pretty cool if this tank's manufacturer was Chrysler or Corvega. In my own headcanon, I'm just gonna assume it is. Given that, and the fact the tank was modeled on our timeline's M46 Patton, I think I'll call it the Chrysler Patton for the rest of this video, rather than tank. Let me know in the comments below if you've got a better name for it. I'd love to hear it. Anyways, that's pretty much all the basic info that we were explicitly told in the canon, but we can derive some other interesting approximate stats from the patent. Ton main battle tank used by the United States Army in Korea, and was powered by an air-cooled V12 with 700 horsepower, with exhaust manifolds present on the rear wings of the tank chassis, making me think the structure on the wings of the Chrysalis MBT are radiators. Since, you know, cooling nuclear power plants is kind of a pretty big deal. She was armed with a single, as most tanks are, 90mm cannon, and had a coax machine gun with an additional non-coax. Her max speed was
No sound. No sound.
Oh.
Right. Because, you know, the technical, hold on, I've got a thing for that. I've got a thing just for that. Hold on, I can do it because I'm a professional. Where's it at? There it is. You are listening to Sasquatch Radio, where the technical issues are part of the show.
Nice.
I don't know if anybody heard that, but okay.
Yes.
Oh, good. Some things do work. Okay. All right.
That's what he said.
Gorsk. So here's the thing. I used to do a Chilling with Sasquatch where I'd come in, show a few channels, and people kept, you know, asking me, well, how do I find that channel? Where's that channel? How do I get that channel? And it occurred to me, people really dig finding new channels, especially if they're about content that they really like. And there's no telling what people like. So I go and I look for different things, and I've warped the Chilling with Sasquatch stream into a Shilling with Sasquatch with American Justice of Texas over here, AJOT's Corner. I don't even know what to call you anymore. But the idea is I go and I pick out one video of a channel. I link the channel. We watch that one video. And while the channel's linked, you go subscribe. You don't, you tell them Sasquatch sent you. They don't know who the hell I am. It confuses the shit out of them and tickles the hell out of me. So
Tickles your pickle?
I have pickles and tickles. Absolutely tickles my pickle. Absolutely. Hey, Swiss Miss, welcome to the show. Good to see you. Let me fix stuff.
Please fix it.
I gotta fix it. If you're gonna be talking, I gotta fix it. I do apologize. All right, you should be good.
Okay.
You know, later I'm gonna get really drunk and start singing old
Kumbaya.
Ray Stevens song. You know, like Squirrel Went Berserk.
Don't be doing my pimp strange. I was gonna do it. Sorry. Go ahead.
Well, I was just explaining to one of them back there was that saying they don't know what's going on, and I was like, okay, well, here's what's going on. I was used to do a different thing, and this is kind of what it's turned into, is me presenting 3 channels, and then we talk about whatever the hell we want to talk about. I drop the link in the chat. We have a panel of previous guests if possible. Smoking Auditor gets a pass. Swizmiz gets a pass. Strange and Unusual gets a pass. There's a few others who get a pass. But otherwise, you pretty much have to have been on the show at least once. Is that about right?
Yes.
All right. So everything's back straight. We're going to go back to the video. Thank you. And I appreciate it. And gracias. Terrible person. Audio.
What?
Audio.
Howdio?
Was 30 miles per hour, and she sported a 5-man crew with 3 in the turret, 1 pilot, and 1 co-pilot. Based on this, we can infer that the Chrysalis Patton had a top speed of at least 30 miles per hour. Even though it's 16 tons heavier, I'm assuming the nuclear power bit would make up for that. I would even hazard to guess that such a tank would probably be about as fast as a heavy tank of today. The M1 Abrams, for example, which is also 60 tons and is powered by a turbine engine, has a publicly acknowledged max speed of 45 miles per hour, and likely goes faster as the real specs of current military vehicles are often not disclosed. Given that, we can assume that the Chrysalis Patton can go around 45 miles per hour as well. Finally, we can hazard a rough idea that the tank would require at least a crew of 2, as evidenced by the pair of tankers trying to dig out the tank they took for a joyride, and probably would require at least 4, unless it happens to be fitted with an autoloader. Also, I would like to point out that next to the skeletal remains of those tankers is purified water. I don't know how that works, Bethesda. Anyways, back on track. I think most of us can agree that the tank looks pretty cool. Props to the modeler. But boy oh boy is it full of issues. Let's start off with my personal pet peeve here. Look at all those rivets. Why in the world would this tank be riveted when we know for a fact welding exists in the Fallout universe, thanks to the, welding goggles, masks, and the actual blowtorch?
Beyond that, whenever you get into Sanctuary right next to your power suit mods, there is an actual welder sitting on the ground right freaking there, as if welding doesn't exist. Even your power armor suits have occasional rivets in them. It's bonkers.
For those of you that haven't watched way too many World War II documentaries like I have, welding hit its stride during the 40s, and was generally superior to rivets in every way. Firstly, given the crazy inflation in the Fallout universe, there is no way the US government would be paying for the skilled labor required to fit rivets when they could pay low-skilled workers, or more likely robots, pennies in comparison, to perform the much simpler process of welding the metal plates together. Secondly, welding actually fuses the plates together, while rivets simply attach them. Thus, welding is more structurally sound. Third, riveting adds a lot of dead weight and fasteners when compared to simply fusing the existing masses of metal, and thus reduces the tank's combat potential. And finally, and I put these in the order I believe the Great War American bureaucrats would believe they should be in, when a plate with rivets is hit, there is a capacity for those rivets to shear themselves loose and become shrapnel, cutting the crew inside to ribbons. And then we can talk a little bit about the turret. No doubt dual cannons look really cool, but boy do they not make much sense. Both cannons are attached to the same turret, and thus cannot be traversed side to side separately, although it does look that it might be possible to adjust each gun's elevation independently, perhaps allowing for a different spread between the two shells that the tank could fire, if the two cannons are in fact linked. If the cannons are not linked and thus can fire independently, it is feasible you could see an increased rate of fire, although it adds a lot of weight with not a lot of value. I mean, realistically, if a single 140mm salvo hits the target, and to put this into context, the M1 Abrams has a 120mm salvo, another 140mm salvo isn't really going to make that much of a difference. Also, in a universe where VATS exists, it's hard to believe a tank like this wouldn't have a targeting system of some kind that would render the potential spread benefit of the individually elevated guns moot. So the dual cannons, at least in my mind, is a clear example of form over function. Also, looking at the turret itself, I'm pretty sure it can't be rotated a full 360 degrees. It looks like the radiators and other stylistic pieces on the tank's wings would make that impossible, so that's also not great. It's also hard to not notice the Chrysalis Patton seems to be missing any machine guns, coaxial or otherwise. This means without a sufficient infantry screen to keep the communists at a distance, it could easily be destroyed by a single bloke with a grenade, so long as he or she can avoid letting the 140mm cannons line him up.
Oh, I screwed the pooch.
To ribbons. And then we can talk a little bit about the turret. No doubt dual cannons look really cool, but boy do they not make much sense.
None at all.
Both cannons are attached to the same turret, and thus cannot be traversed side to side separately, although it does look that it might be possible to adjust each gun's elevation independently, perhaps allowing for a different spread between the two shells that the tank could fire, if the two cannons are in fact linked. If the cannons are not linked and thus can fire independently, it is feasible you could see an increased rate of fire, although it adds a lot of weight with not a lot of value. I mean, realistically, if a single can pretty much only be used for combating other tanks and hardened positions, and thus isn't really useful as your army's spearhead as tanks traditionally are. Also, another real-life history side tangent. The US military learned that even if you don't think you need a machine gun, you need a machine gun, with the F-4 Phantom. The F-4 Phantom was a US Air Force jet fighter that saw combat in Vietnam and relied on the era's new and untried air-to-air missiles exclusively, leaving its pilots up a creek without a paddle whenever the tech inevitably failed. That is why even today, all US Air Force fighters have guns, even if they only have a few seconds of ammunition, and even though if you are trying to use a gun in a 5th generation aircraft, you have royally you-know-whatted. Moral of the story, military combat vehicles should always have guns. I would assume this would extend to tanks. So to wrap this video up, I wanted to muse a little bit on how one might use this tank, or really any tank in a world where power armor exists. I mean, think about it. Power armor is significantly smaller, and can absorb small arms fire just about as well as a tank, and probably fares about as well against anti-tank weaponry as well. So what do you need a tank for then? I can think of 3 advantages a tank may have off the top of my head. 1 being ammo storage capacity, 2 being the ability to serve as a mobile shield for infantry, and 3, potentially the tank could be cheaper as it's less advanced than a T-51 suit of power armor.
True.
Given those advantages, I suppose that would make a tank a cheap shield for infantry and a highly mobile artillery battery perhaps. What do you think a tank would be good for in such a situation yourself? Let me know in the comments. Well, that's it on the Christless patent heavy tank for me. At least.
Alright. Cancellation is on. Automatically adjust mic volume. And you're back. I do apologize for that.
Yay.
Oh, she is back. I was fixing to say she's back. Alright. So, basically, most of his previous videos have been on games you've never heard of. And he finally touched on a game that people have heard of, people have played, and he specifically, and this is the genius of what he's done, he specifically targeted a specific vehicle that is never actually used in the franchise, but has some documented lore behind it, has several physical examples, and I am being threatened by Murphy. Go! You got me. All right, the ego. That's what matters. Anyway. But anyway, he picked an excellent topic. His next video is just as good and just as pretty. I like it. Okay. No, I'm not. I'm good. Okay. Everything's cool. Everything's good. You're good. I'm good. We're good.
Good.
There he is. That's the man with the master plan right there. So you're not a Fallout fan, I think.
I don't know nothing about nothing.
Nothing about nothing, huh?
I know Minecraft. I know, dang, what's that other big one?
Raid Shadow Legends.
No. It starts with an F, I think. Oh, shitballs. I don't know.
Recently I have been requested to download and play Vermintide with my friends. Oh, Wookie.
You build the storm is gonna get you. What is it called? Fortnite. Fortnite.
You're one of those people. What's up, Top?
No, I am not any of these people. These are why my kids do.
Yeah.
I mean, I could probably learn Minecraft, but I was Crash Cranaboo or whatever.
That's not true, Jackson.
Too old for video games? Oh no, sir. Have you even played a video game?
You got to find the right one, man. one of my favorite video games of all time. And it's one that I go back to on the like two in fact that I go back to on the regular. Um,
Reggie?
one of the early Medal of Honors is a North African campaign when you first start out. It's awesome. It's great. It's historically accurate. The guns are all really good. The gameplay is fantastic. It's good stuff. Uh, Ace Combat '05, I think, not '06, '05. Ace Combat '05 has one of the best long runs in all of gaming history for a fighter pilot. It's beautiful.
Don't bring your gambling problem here, sir. Just saying.
Swizz she's a pinball girl,
Heck yeah.
right? Now I cut my teeth on pinball and pole position.
I like Pong. What was it? Pong on Atari?
Pong
Pong,
and Coleco for that matter.
or Space Invaders?
A Yar's Revenge? Anybody? Anybody for a Yar's Revenge? I don't know. Maybe I'm going too esoteric.
Maybe.
It's a great game. Anyway, he picked an excellent topic. Now, my next tidbit I have, let me get rid of that, get rid of that.
Ghostbusters.
All right. I'll go ahead and do the thing so that he's done properly. Link address. Hey. Pink. Font.
Tetris, yes.
Tetris now. Tetris has a timeless quality to it.
Mm-hmm.
It is absolutely magnificent and it's flawless in execution. Even the music adds to the experience. The way
Yes.
it gains tempo as you go along, and it makes you get that adrenaline rush of nervousness because
Oh, Cupert!
right, Hubert, fucking Hubert, damn right, Hubert. Mwah, mwah, mwah.
They just don't make games like that anymore.
Uh-uh. No, that's another one of those timeless ones. I mean, you could hop around on Hubert for days.
Oh my gosh, Frogger.
Well, I mean, frog.
Whatever.
No, what I'm saying is that yet again, you could hop around on Frogger endlessly. Absolutely endless. All right, so
Centipede, yeah. Defender.
are you familiar with the channel Gypsy and the Vanilla Gorilla?
I'm not familiar, but I have seen a video or two.
Okay, so I'm not sure what their channel origin is exactly, but I love the I love the name. It's long as hell, but it's a good one. It's a really good name. The Vanilla Gorilla. If you see this guy, you'll understand. He's like 7'3" and huge. Anyway, he's a regular vanilla gorilla. Gypsy's just, the chick with him. Yes. I'm not sure how this all works out, but I like the content. He recently went through Gatlinburg. He did like all of like Cumberland Gap. He did some other type travel stuff. This particular video is a semi-local, like not too terrible far away.
To
Halloween
you?
walkthrough.
Local to you?
Local to him,
Oh, him.
semi-local to him. So he had to travel a little bit to get there, but not like out of state,
Oh, okay, I get it.
right?
My bad.
So this is like a local haunted walk, haunted house type thing. I watched part of it to verify that it was like something worthwhile to see. Didn't go much further so that it could be more of a reaction type thing, right?
Right.
All right, so we're going back into our sound control methods. Fuck this shit. I hate it so much. I will fix it one day. I will find the source of this problem. I swear to God. I hate it. I hate it. Hate it. To do this.
All right, I just want to say firsthand that they have some music playing over speakers at the park, and so I had to play with the audio a little bit so we don't get any strikes. But I put audio overlays in when I had to, and I don't where I don't. So I apologize if there's any confliction in audio.
No voice.
Actually, on this one, now that I think about it, it's the next one that has all the things. So we could totally go with it like balls deep muted. All right. So basically, what he's doing is echo cancellation is back on. Basically, what he's doing is going through a local park that has been reworked and redirected into like a creepy haunted walk type thing.
Good night, Smith.
Oh dear, we're losing one. Oh my. I'm glad to have you, Swiss Miss. I really am. Much love to each and every one.
Mortal Kombat, yes.
Thousands of dollars in quarters. Yeah. All right. Well, let me tell you. On pole position, if you won, you got to keep half the credit. And I would go in with $3, beat everyone, and play all night on $1.50. I like stuff like this. Locally, we have us a fall festival thing, and basically, it's a handful of local musicians get together. They play some creepy music. They give all the kids candy, and everybody goes home. Goes on.
Oktoberfest. That's what we call it.
Basically, well, I mean, there's no beer at this one. It's specifically for kids.
Okay.
We also have, and this I think is interesting. I don't know if it's something all towns do or if it's just a local thing. We have a really small town square, and there's like 27 businesses that occupy that area, and we have a Halloween uh, kids walk where they go to all the businesses and get different candies and stuff.
Trunk or treats.
Well, it's at the business. There's no cars.
I got it. You're one of those tonight, huh? Literally speaking, literally.
Drunk kids. Wait, what? What did I miss? Hold up. A lot of quarters today. I don't know. There's nothing here about drunk children. What are you talking about?
Maybe
See,
the one talking?
I mean, no, I'm not a kid. I might be drunk, but I'm not a kid. I don't understand. Look, is your
Oh,
foreign mustache starting to get the better of you?
what?
I'm talking about, truth be told, he's over here talking about drunk kids. I don't get it. I think his porn mustache is starting to go to his brain. I mean, look at it. That thing is rooted deep in his skull, clearly. Actually, I really like that mustache, and I wish I could pull one off, but I can't do that. And so I pick on him.
I know where you were at, truth be told. She did not.
Okay. It's an interesting twist. I'll take it. I'll go back and watch this tomorrow and see
Yes.
whether or not I said anything about kids drinking.
Okay.
There's definitely alcohol involved in the stream, though. Yes, that is true. And in about 15 minutes, I'm going to drop a link, and anybody that wants to can jump up here and try to tangle with me.
What was said and what was heard are two different things. He was poking at what it sounded like versus what you said. I think that's what he's saying.
Okay. That makes sense. I know why that's happening. No, then I guess I don't know why. Weird. Okay. All right. I may have to be changing my whole setup here soon. I've been meaning to for a while. I might just not go back with StreamYard.
Really?
Do you have a Zoom account by chance?
A Zoom?
Zoom?
Yes.
Anything
Yes.
like that?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, cool. Because I've set up, I got a scene set up for Zoom and Facebook and like Instagram, and a dozen other ways to go about getting in touch with people. And I never used it for anything because I didn't have 10 people to show up from 10 different places, but I don't know. It might be useful. It doesn't have to be 10 different places. Everybody can come in on Zoom, right? I
I
guess.
know and get you more lost. Look, man, I don't know. What does True sound like? Like his voice?
All
Is
right.
that
So
what you mean?
if you took Andy Griffith and you turned him loose in Texas for about 8 years, you'd have what Truth sounds like. Am I wrong? Tell me I'm wrong.
I don't answer questions.
That's going to make an interview difficult. Hello, Cheryl.
Cheryl, this is the live, silly girl. Ha ha ha.
Yeah, no, we're all friendly here and we share. Anyway, so he's doing the whole walkthrough. The camera quality ain't great. Most of his videos are done in daylight, and I see what he was trying to do here. It's just not working real well. Because what you don't see is there's other things going on here. There's like people yelling at him from outside of frame and stuff. Hey man, I don't know why y'all keep crying, but it's not that bad.
I'm going to take over the Shield show because his mic is gone.
What happened?
I don't know.
Is it bad?
I can hear you now, but I couldn't hear you.
I can check. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
It goes to shit sometimes. I blame StreamYards. I totally blame StreamYards.
Absolutely. Positively.
Whatever the last update was that happened, it totally trashed out the first pay tier of sound.
I believe you.
It's terrible. Like free is bad. The free StreamYard has horrible sound. Like you can't do a thing.
Operator, technical. Operator, technical. I don't know. Can't hear you.
You can't hear me.
Now I can. Now I can't.
That's because I'm not fucking talking.
Now I can. Well, your lips are moving. Shit.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show where the technical issues are all.
Hello, quiet listener.
Oh yeah, quiet listener. You have a very strange thing that you do, and I was curious about why. And in 7 minutes or so, I'm going to drop the link in. If you want to tell me why, you can pop in or you can email me, however you want to do it. Here's the question.
Okay, so your audio is not matching with the video. That's what it is.
I can't help that.
I know, but I was just anyway.
There's
I was just letting you know
about that. I can do this. This is something I can do. I can do that.
I know. Keep my mouth shut. I need to be a quiet listener.
All right, so quiet listener. You have a live stream that you did a couple of days ago where it was subscribers only, and they had to be subscribed for 3 days. Today, or no. I think yesterday I'd been subscribed for 3 days, and I was able to actually comment on one of your live streams. That's a strange approach. I'm curious. Do you have a specific reason you do it that way? Is there some thing that I don't know? That's what I'm asking. Or what do you think?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah, you now.
Oh fuck! I thought you were talking to quiet
I
listeners.
was
Still.
talking to quiet listener. I'm
Okay.
asking her. She has her live stream set up so that you have to be subscribed for 3 days before you can comment in the stream. and I only recently had been subscribed long enough to be able to comment in a stream,
Okay.
right? So I was just curious if there's a specific reason why that's done that way. I don't.
She dropped the link and they'll tell you why.
Okay.
I would think that if you're going to come to my channel 3 different times and not be able to comment, then you really like my stuff and therefore you deserve to speak in my chat. That's how I would look at it. But this is
Okay. So here's why I asked, right? Um, I've been looking at the different types of streams there are, and I've learned that I can change them live while I'm going along. So I could. Do you need a minute? You're welcome. Um, so I've noticed that there's a few different ways to handle lives. You can handle them with like subscribers only. You can do it with like, and you can set the subscribers only so that they have to be subscribed for 600 years before they can comment. Right? It's baffling. I don't get it. Um, wrong hole. That's what she said.
a tornado coming. No, I'll be right back.
Okay, babe. Go to your bathroom, I guess. I don't know. Take your liquor with you.
Really? Shit is like blowing away and
Hey. No, wait. Go live. Hold on. Like, fucking take your camera. Come take your, like, what the fuck do I have to do to get some goddamn weather? You got a phone, right? You got the link, right? Like, you could totally do a weather break right now and it wouldn't even be an issue. Hashtag just saying, though. Oh, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Right. No, um, I am a retired troll, but I have never encountered your channel, just for full disclosure. I used to burn out channels that were begging for money for drugs because I was a recovering addict and it pissed me off that they would try to, exploit people for that purpose. They would pretend that they were going to rehab and then they would ask for money and then I would strike fear into the hearts. Actually, I'd make it worthless for them to continue. Patrick Murphy, why, yes, hello, panel and chat. Stopping in to say hi and light up that like button. That is fantastic. Sasquatch approves. Um, who did I miss? I missed a guy back here. Who was it? I seen him. Cheryl M. Talk to you. Um, I'm Zaxxon. Okay. All right. So that is Gypsy and the Vanilla Gorilla. They do that thing that they do. I really like this guy. This guy's special to me. Honest to God. Mhm. All right. So, of course, as you can see in chat, this is Ridge Life. Ridge Life. Yeah, you can read it. I assume most of you can read. If you can't, Ridge Life is the name of the channel. And they do things basically like homesteading. They've got a whole farm. And in this case, they're talking about honey and bees. Hey, Mexican Longhair, welcome to the show, bud. Blue Lives Matter. You're the one that I saw that I missed. I saw you come in and I missed it. Oh, don't judge others' issues because you'll end up judging mine, and I just don't care enough to worry about that type of stuff. I'm independently doing what it is I'm doing, so I do it. Right. Okay. So let's see. Did I do that part? That part? Yes. No, that's not correct. Did it happen? It didn't happen. Why didn't it happen? That's the one. 10, damn it. All right. It worked. No. Lurker just came in and he is larking, and it makes me
Larkin.
nervous.
MLH.
Yeah, no, we got Mexican long hair, and he has tentatively agreed to do a review show for movies on Sasquatch Radio. And an abstract look has agreed to do his next, well, I mean, his late night painting streams on Sasquatch Radio as well. So it's going to have to change its name since it's not going to have a whole lot of Sasquatch in it, right?
Yes.
Okay, I got to do this thing. We've reached that point.
Have we?
Yeah.
An hour?
Uh-huh.
All right. What are we doing?
We're doing that thing,
Okay.
which means everything from here on out is pretty much going to be played muted for the reason. All right, I'm going to play this muted. All right, so homie here is Bridge Life, sorry, is doing his whole honey harvest for the year, right? We're at the end of summer and we harvest honey at the end of summer whenever you have bees, and that's what he's doing. But he harvests his honey as whole comb honey. A little bit of a different thing. Yeah,
What?
right. No. See, that's what I'm saying. I just unmuted the damn thing to see if you could hear it. It
No.
blacked me out and didn't let the sound through either. I hate it. Absolutely hate it. And they do things.
Do you hear the thunder? No.
Actually, no. Your mic is fantastic. Your mic's
Wow.
really good at just catching you. Hey, bud. I really hope you're MLH. Say something.
This is MLH for sure. I should have texted you before I
There you go.
attempted to get on, man. But
Oh,
it's definitely me.
how you doing?
Hey,
How you doing, hey Jot?
Oh my God, it's about to storm in Fast.
What?
Anyway. Oh, it's about to storm here. You know, because we're getting from that hurricane that hit Mexico.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You guys are gonna get like those big monsoon rains and shit.
I don't know, but
When's the next La Nina we're expecting? Or El Nino or whatever.
Right. We haven't had one of those in a few years.
It's every 7 years or
Yeah.
5 years or something.
Yeah. Yeah, we haven't had it. Well, I think 2-3 years ago we had a huge snowstorm here.
Amen.
And of course, I have my little Prius, and I I got stuck a block away from my house. It was pretty fun. I mean,
Top of the hill.
in fairness, everybody was getting stuck in that storm, even four-wheel drives. Like my little Prius did good all the way up until one block before my house, and I got stuck. But like even four-wheel drives were getting stuck in that big ass storm we had a few years back.
We had a good one a couple of years ago. Might be the same one. I don't know. It's a few years.
Yeah.
It caused all the squirrels locally to go into the transformers because they were warm. Yeah.
They're smart motherfuckers, man.
No, not that smart. There was one or two of them in every transformer that wasn't too smart.
Oh, I quickly wanted to talk about that review show that's tentatively set up. It's gonna happen. I'm gonna try to make it happen this week, but it's gonna be really cool. And it's for those interested, it's gonna be a horror movie review mashup, whatever. And I have a special co-host that I don't want to reveal right now, but it's gonna be fun. Let's just put it that way. So I'm looking forward to that, Sasquatch. I want to get that done and out of the way. I've got a lot I'm working on right now, man.
Oh, I see what it is. Okay, wait a second. We're fixing to do a weather on the spot type thing is apparently what's happening. All right. What's up, Truth? Welcome to the show,
What's up,
bud.
man? How are you, sir?
I'm absolutely splendiferous.
Splendid.
Splendiferous.
Beautiful word, sir. I've only heard it once, but it sounds nice.
Yeah, would you like to be splendiferous? That's a
Yes,
nice beard you got happening, brother. I
man.
approve.
I've been being lazy, and I've been trying to change my appearance because every fucking cop here knows me, so I gotta look different.
That's some strong ginger facial stuff you got happening. That's a nice face parrot. I like it.
Yeah. Well, you man, them grays are starting to show up in there too, man, and yeah, yeah. It
You
looks like
don't
it looks
know.
like I've been digging into a touch of gray boxes at Walmart. So
Oh no, touch of gray goes the other way entirely. Like you'll look like a matte black. You'll look goth. You use
yeah,
some of that shit, your ass will come out looking goth. I shit you not. You'll come
yeah,
out black as an ace of spades, bro.
yeah, hell yeah. What's up,
Well,
MLH, man? Long time no talk to, brother.
Hey man, it's all good, my friend, man. How you doing, man?
And fucking staying dirty and clean at the same time.
I'm just staying dirty, period, man, you know.
Yeah. No comment. I don't answer questions.
Yeah, man. Nice try,
uh,
bro. Nice try.
Hey, Truth, I want to
yeah.
ask you a question outright.
Yeah.
Do you ever go live?
Rarely, because I work with just my phone, and it's a good reason because I work with just my phone.
I
I mean,
oh,
understand.
you know the
all my
answer to
YouTube
that.
stuff. What?
I was saying he already knows the answer to that.
Yeah.
Yes.
I can't really edit it live, so I don't play with lives too much. The only reason I would go live is if I'm in fear for my safety, just like at the that accident that happened here in Louisiana.
Okay.
But there was too
Here's
many
the
cops
question.
showing.
Right. Here's the question. So, when you go live, can I mirror it?
Yeah. I mean,
Absolutely.
you have access to anything of mine that you ever want, dude. You started when I started, and we've been like brothers since the beginning, dude. You have access to any of my stuff. I give you permission all day
I
long.
appreciate that. And I'll be taking tidbits here and there for Sasquatch Radio for funsies.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Tidbit.
freaky.
It's
Yeah.
tidbit.
Well, I like now because YouTube makes it to where you can do shorts of your videos. And man, I posted 3 shorts, man. That bumped my subs like crazy. I'm only lacking 40 subs.
They made it easier for you lazy fucks to do it. Yeah.
Hey, I still post new videos every other day though. I try.
Ajot, when
What,
I
yeah?
started my channel, I worked my ass off to get up to 1,000 subs to become quote unquote monetized.
Yes.
And I got up to 9,900, and I think it was like 96 or somewhere thereabouts. The next or it was like 996 subs or whatever, very, very close. And then the next day, YouTube changes it to where, you can go live with only 50 subs and you're monetized. It was fucked up, man.
Oh
I
no,
was
you
like,
That felt like a bad slap to the face, right?
no,
oh
no,
shit,
no,
man.
no. You should have seen the look on MLH's face that he asked me how many subs I had, and I was like 15. And he was like, "How are you live?" I'm like, "I've used a streaming software, and I'm just not playing that game."
Yeah.
What?
Well, they changed it from 50, or from 1,000 to 50, and I had like 996 subs. Kid you not. It
Right.
was like, fuck.
Yeah.
It's like when you get that raise to minimum wage from minimum wage.
I'm taking up too
Right.
much water.
Wait, what? Hold on. What are
Keep
you
that
doing?
camera on, Ajot.
Jesus
I
Christ.
am. I'm trying to. She's not
Ay,
letting.
ay, ay. What?
Damn it.
Huh?
Turn your
Keep that
camera on.
camera on,
There.
girl. Come
I
on.
thought we were seeing what's up. Yeah, I want to see the storm.
Oh no, no. I mean, it's out there, but
Nice.
It looks
Yeah.
like the storm is inside the garage there, Ajot.
yeah, it is on the floor. I was gonna, ship deck the water out.
Are you serious?
No, I'm serious.
What the hell? That's a cool avatar, by the way. That's
Honey,
a
I
Captain
grew up-
Spaulding garbage pail kid avatar.
Right?
Don't think I
Oh,
didn't
yeah.
notice that, Ajot.
Right? No, I noticed that shit too. I just didn't name it. I should have named it. I feel bad now.
Yeah. It's a
Damn.
badass avatar.
Damn, showed up by ooh. on my own show too, man. How dare you? Oh, God.
Hey, Sasquatch, I just wanted to come up and say hey to Ajot and also to say hey to you.
Yeah,
Don't
bro.
be trying to leave so soon. Gosh.
Well, damn, I'm working on a screenplay, girl. I got
I'm
Yeah.
working too, man.
I
And if
got
you're
shit to
not
do.
adverse to the input, I would love to discuss that with you behind stage, you know, like away from
Yeah,
everybody.
no problem, Sasquatch. Anytime, man. Just real quickly, I gave an update real quick. It's I've got the beginning done. I've got like 10 to 15, by my guess, I have about 10 to 15 minutes screen time, which seems like not a lot, but that's a lot of writing, y'all, and that's a lot of planning.
Yes.
Yeah.
But when I get it done, I'm aiming to start shooting in January. So if anybody's in the Denver area that
No,
has any type of acting experience, I'm interested in talking.
that's not necessary.
Yeah.
February-ish.
Hear me out.
February.
Jesus
What?
Christ. You
Jesus,
okay,
that was a
babe?
huge ass lightning.
Okay.
Hey, job, be
What?
careful, man. Don't go out in that weather. Don't get struck.
Yeah, that
I
sounds
actually have a
scary.
different opinion. I want you to grab your phone and show it to me.
No, I tried doing that. I went out there in that shit for a dot media first, no. Mm-mm.
You got to do it. Like you'd be like one of those weather people,
I
being
tried
blown
to
away
do
by a
it.
hurricane and shit. I'm
Oh,
out here in the middle of a hurricane
I was gonna do
reporting
that,
on.
because the wind was going, and I was gonna be like, hey, but
But fuck that shit.
now I
Yeah.
fucking.
No.
uh,
Have you
yeah.
ever experienced a hurricane, brother?
Who, me?
I don't think you have if you're talking about it so lightly.
I
What?
live in Colorado, bro. There ain't no hurricanes happening
Okay.
in Colorado,
Let me
man. I'm
explain an experience I had with a hurricane right quick, and then we'll talk about whether or not it's joke type material.
Oh
Okay?
shit, no.
Okay.
Hurricanes.
So just hear me out.
Yeah.
I live in a little valley in Georgia. I'm
Yeah.
not especially near the coast. I'm about 350 miles from the coast, about
Uh-huh.
122 miles from Savannah. And unless it hits Savannah dead smack, we generally don't see much of a hurricane. Not much. Ivan was different. Ivan came right across the top of my house, eye wall intact, rolled right through. So, being the asshole that I am, I decided to go outside at the midpoint of that thing, watch the eye wall go through. It got all calm. There were stars. It was an amazing thing.
Yeah.
And then the most terrifying thing I've ever seen in my life took place. Eye wall come back, and a fucking oak tree the size of my house missed my house by like this much. It broke the upstack on the vent for the toilet.
Yeah.
I don't know
Yeah.
why, Cheryl, but I know there's a reason why.
What do we do?
Oh, why did they leave the honeycomb in the honey?
Well, it's an old fashioned
Getting
kind
back on subject.
they do that in some cases, depending on the type of honey, it actually imparts more flavor unto the honey. In most cases, it's just because people like seeing the honeycomb inside the jar. When you're actually harvesting the honey, the bees overproduce honey. And if they keep too much honey around, they'll start swarming at bad times when you're not supposed to swarm. And that's not cool. So instead, they harvest 22% of the comb and 80 something percent of the honey, which keeps the. My dog just walked in and looked at me like I was guilty of something.
You are.
I'm sure. I wish he'd tell me what, because I'll shoot him as soon as he starts talking.
No, man, you gotta think of the opposite, Sasquatch. You gotta exploit that dog. If he starts talking, you go right to all the local
Hey,
TV stations. I got a talking dog, man.
son, I've seen Son of Sam. I know how that plays out. No.
Hey, Fab Daddy asked a question in chat. Is it a full-length feature film that I'm doing? It absolutely is going to be a full-length feature film, which is why
Like,
it's going to take me fucking forever. But anyways,
hey, yes, and I get that. And how much? All right, you're writing it. Are you attempting to produce, direct, and film it as well?
I'm going to direct. I'm going to most likely have to act in it.
Sure.
Although I would prefer not to be like, the main the main star, but I have a feeling that the only way I'm going to convey what I need to convey in this movie is to actually step in that main role and do it. But I will be directing for sure. I will be producing it. It's not obviously it's not going to be it's going to be a shoestring budget movie. I'm
I say
shooting
no,
it.
but let's
Yeah,
just do
it's
nothing on it.
yeah. Let's just be honest. Like I'm not gonna, it's gonna be whatever I can piece together for lighting and everything. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
gonna do as much as I
So,
can. I mean, I
so
would
here's
prefer
my
to have
advice.
help.
May I?
What's that?
I wrote a movie.
Yeah,
Never filmed anything. It's still sitting on a freaking hard drive over yonder. I sat down and did it, and
yeah,
it's all about a couple of crash victims who end up close enough to each other to have a conversation, but are out of sight of rescue. Right?
yeah,
It's bad. It's a bad situation. Anyway, skip that. I wrote a movie. When it
yeah,
came down to filming it, I ran into the problem of needing someone who was willing to take direction. On
yeah,
YouTube, that's a bitch.
yeah. Yeah. See, that's
I
okay.
I am willing to take direction.
Right. The good thing about it though is Sasquatch, like this movie is not gonna have a huge cast, and
Okay,
that's the key to it. Obviously,
sure.
I'm gonna rely on a few friends to make appearances.
I sure
There's gonna be a sexy sex scene which Ajot and I are gonna do. So I hired you already, Ajot. No,
Nice.
totally kidding, but no,
I
it's
might donate for that one.
no, but it's. I can tell you guys this. This movie comes straight from my heart. And there's a lot of like real life just bullshit that I've been through in my
Sure.
life that's going to be included, and it's not necessarily like a biopic about my life or anything, but it's a lot of the ideas for this movie obviously are from life experience and stuff like that. But I will tell everybody this: it is going to include the mustachioed, even though it's not really going to be a comedy or anything like that. But the mustachioed's actually the vehicle um, in which this movie is, it's going to kind of be the engine of this movie. So, I mean, if that tells you anything, Sasquatch. I know it's probably not going to be, it's going to be
I,
something completely different. Let's just put it that
I'm
way.
merely asking if there's anything I can do to help. Let me know.
Oh yeah, no, I look. There's, I have you in mind, Sasquatch, and there's going to be stuff that's going to involve remote, videos and stuff of that nature too. So, trust me, if there's a place to put you in, Sasquatch, I'm all over
But
it.
no. I have a few things that I can do that I haven't revealed to the world that I can do.
Look, if he wants you, he'll let you know. If not,
Okay,
get off his
I'm just
back.
saying. I don't know what kind of special effects he might like. I'm just offering whatever the
I'm
hell it
sure
might.
he'll
Hey,
let you
hey,
know.
And
Ajod, can we
I
have
don't
a
gotta talk about
private
credit.
casting
Absolutely.
uh,
Let's do it.
call? You know what I'm saying? Like
Yes.
couch call type
I
deal.
have a couch.
I'm totally kidding, but it's gonna be fun, man. I mean,
I'm not.
it's a labor of love for sure. Is that it? I'm excited to actually get it. I've never done anything like this in my life, Sasquatch, but the writing is just coming naturally for me.
Cool.
Which a lot of people tell me that the writing is kind of the hardest part of the whole deal, and to which I say, like, I'm not going to have any problem with the writing. Like I said, I've already got 10 to 15 minutes of screen time already eaten up. But
Yes.
We'll
We're gonna
see.
have a hot tub scene, right?
oh, no doubt, Aj, you'll be right there. I got to
Okay.
invite all the women.
So may I please? I have a hot sub scene idea, and it's something I've written before.
I mean, I kind of have to include a hot tub scene based on,
Yeah.
right? I mean,
no,
yeah,
hear me out.
why
All right,
not?
so the scene goes like this: you got however many people in the hot tub, but it's all done from the perspective of a really tiny hot tub, and as if
Okay.
everyone were the only person in the hot tub. So,
Okay.
like, you get like this 4-person hot tub that's got 25 people in it.
I like the idea, man. I mean, actually, that would fit
Makes
in.
no sense.
That would totally fit in, man. I'm down, man, and I would record that. That would be fun. That would be a
See,
fun
here's the
deal.
best part. If you pick your hot tub well, a lot of people already have certain models of hot tubs, like the
Yeah,
inflatable ones, the weird what are they, Coleman Green Use spas or whatever,
yeah,
and they
yeah.
all have the same color pattern. They all look alike. And if you go black and white on these scenes, even the other ones, the IntelliSpas and various other ones would be white and black and white because it's blue and white instead of green and white, right? Dude, I've been thinking of this for a
I
minute.
like that, man. I'm gonna have to include something like that, Sasquatch, for sure. That it
Whatever you want.
actually, what I have in mind, that would actually be more towards the end of the film. But yeah, I could definitely envision a spot like that in the movie
Now,
Oh, for
properly.
here's
sure.
the
Leave
part.
them all hot and bothered. Yeah.
Here's
Oh
the part
well,
that
we could continue,
Well,
Ajad,
yes,
no
for
doubt.
sure. But I mean, you want to leave the audience wanting more, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, part two, you know.
no,
For-
no, you do a point 0.5.
yeah, point 5. Or we could do prequels and then, after
Whatever.
that worry about
I'll
sequels.
do a prequel, you do a point 0.5, and we'll give somebody else the fucking
Yeah, I'll just leave it all together after that, and somebody could do a part 2 to it. That'd be fine by me, man. I mean, shit, I've got so much on the burner right now. I'm actually, as I speak, working on a
nice.
video that I just got done with KDOT.
I think
It was actually a really interesting convo with a police sergeant in Aurora. So I know Aurora's been all over the headlines lately. So KDOT and I are all over there. So that's what I'm working on right now, but amongst other things. But man, hot tub scene on its way, AJOT, no doubt. Totally down. Sasquatch, that actually is a really good idea. I'll have to talk to you about it off screen
I
and
I don't
kind
know
of
if you've met me before, but I've been known to have an idea or 2 or 3.
Here
yeah.
and there.
Just give them away, just let you have them.
Well, it's the same with me, man. I always have
Well, shit,
ideas.
as much as you take, you should give back here and there.
I don't even take donations. I don't
Um,
understand.
I take donations, but I usually give them
I wasn't
away to.
talking about
As
donations.
a matter of fact.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, feel free to hit me up on my Cash App. I'll drop it.
Wow, AJOT.
Just
Just
kidding.
totally throwing it out there, huh?
Yeah, of course. So that's what this show's about. It says Shilling. Shilling with Sasquatch. That's what we're doing.
Right. Right.
And well, here's the thing I'm confused about. You came into my chat. You came onto my show, and you didn't drop your link the whole way through. The fuck
No.
were you thinking?
Because other people dropped my link.
Not yours. Am I
Oh
like,
wow.
I didn't see yours.
No. Well, look, Sasquatch. I can explain that very, very
You better
easily.
start.
I put him in there
No.
while I was there.
Oh,
No,
okay.
look,
All right.
I have a very, very hard time putting my own link in
Yes.
anybody's chat.
I don't.
Wherever I am.
I don't
I mean,
either.
I think it's like I don't know, it's like the opposite of what you should do. I always put other people's links, and I've had people tell like Flex Your Freedoms puts me on the spot. The only time I've ever put in my own link in
There
someone's
you go.
chat is when Flex Your Freedoms kind of like, he basically like forced my hand, and kept saying it. But
And you
other than
think I
that,
won't?
I've never ever put my
And
own
you
link
think
into
I
people's.
won't
What?
force your hand specifically to drop your fucking link when you come to my chat? You're not.
No, Sasquatch. I just don't
No,
do
no,
it,
no.
man.
No, hear
It's
me the fuck out. Stop it.
yeah.
No,
stuck
see, people like us,
in-
Caucasian, we drop each other. So I'll drop his, he'll drop
Okay.
mine. I'll never drop
But-
mine. He'll never drop his, but it gets around.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. It does.
See? Truth knows.
Yep.
Hey, Strange and Unusual is in chat. Strange is actually
Oh,
going to
let
help
me
me.
tell you. Yeah, that guy's cool.
He is super cool. He's one of the coolest people
Yes.
ever. And Strange helped me with editing the Forgotten episode that I got out.
All
And
right.
he's
Edit
going to
that
help edit the
radio.
movie.
Hell yeah.
So, hey, Strange, I don't know if you saw my post, but I got the beginning nailed, bro, of my movie. So, of the writing, anyways.
Yes,
The
hot
shooting.
tub casting call.
Yeah, hot tub later on, Ajad. Don't worry, man. I'm seriously considering putting that in there because it does. It's like that became a thing
All
on
right.
the channel.
So
So yeah.
here's the idea that I have. Do
Well,
you
stop
remember
thinking
the
and
scene?
just do it.
Do you remember the scene in that '70s show where they're all downstairs at the basement and they're smoking, right? And it just shows each one after they hit it or whatever, and they say something stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so that mixed with the scene from You Can't Do That on Television, locker jokes.
Yeah, I mean, I could see that too.
So,
Wow.
MLH, tell me something.
Yes.
How long
Yes.
does it take a woman to change a tire?
How
Oh,
long?
Shit.
I don't know. She hasn't made it home yet.
Ajot,
Yes.
I gotta see your face on that one. That was funny. You have to admit that was funny.
Oh, it was, yeah. But I know how to change a tire. I would be the first to change a tire, so I'm just like, whatever.
AJ's good when it comes to working on vehicles. I've witnessed it firsthand.
Yeah, she
I'm
knows.
not in your usual girl category.
Yeah, she's good. I've seen her change a lot of stuff.
It might have been me, Ellie. I might have done it.
Ellie's always on my ass. How dare you, Ellie? How dare
She's
you?
like one of those barnacles, right?
Mhm.
What's that?
A barnacle on your ass.
Yeah. No, Ellie is Ellie is like she works overtime on YouTube. She's an amazing human being. Let's just put it
Amen,
that way.
brother. Amen. I have seen her.
Super amazing.
I don't chat.
Yeah. Yeah. I love Ellie. Ellie knows I love her. She's I will let me just put it this way. Someone would have to kill me or put a gun to my head to make her not a mod on my channel. Let's just put it that way. It's never gonna happen. No amount of money could make me remove Ellie as a mod on my channel. She's an amazing mod and an amazing human being too. So let's just throw that out there. Strange is also amazing. He's got a good idea. A remote hot tub scene with Sasquatch. That's
Right.
possible. That's
Well,
possible.
no. See, here's the thing. No, it's even better than that. If you think about it properly, if you layer it in your mind right, you could set up that hot tub scene to include everyone that you know in a hot tub that you're familiar with. Anyone that I can get into the hot tub that matches the color scheme that I'm aware of, and we can film them individually.
All in a hot tub.
Oh my God. Hold on. Let me let my dog out. He's losing his shit.
He's got to go to the bathroom, man. Jeez.
I know.
Dog abuse there, Sasquatch. What's wrong with you?
He's in there like, oh my God, ow. I hate winter.
I don't hate it, but I just don't like a ton of snow, you know? I mean,
No, I don't care about that. It's the electric charge that I build up. Look at how much hair I have. I'm like a Tesla coil.
yeah.
Everything I touch sparks.
Oh. I'm getting tired, man.
All right, man. We'll jump off anytime you want.
No, man. It's not you, man. It's just I had a series of events today. My son got pepper sprayed today, and he also got into an accident today.
Oh my.
But yeah, he's okay. Just It's just one of those draining days, where you work your ass off doing different things, and then you coupled with all that shit and the drama that came with that. I mean, it just fucking A, man. I need a hot tub. That's what I need right now.
Yes.
I advise anyone who
Stiff drink, good smoke, you'll be good.
Mhm.
the
I can't
greatest
smoke till
experience.
later. What's that, Sasquatch? Sorry, I interrupted. How rude of me.
The greatest experience I've had with my hot tub involved a 22-year-old brunette, chubby one, of course, because that's the way we roll around here. Pick her up from Waffle House. A pint of rum, specifically Bacardi Gold, a big old fat tater, and about an hour and a half with nobody bothering us.
Yeah.
Music and no lights.
Yeah. Quite appealing right now. I just missing. Hold on. In that scenario, I'm missing the quiet. I'm missing the hot tub, the rum, whatever else you mentioned, man.
All right. So, first of all, how old are you?
I would prefer not to say, but I'm older than I look.
How old are you now?
Yes.
How old do you think I am?
Huh.
You're probably, if I had to guess, Sasquatch, I'd say you're maybe 40.
Dude, you were here with my last birthday.
Yeah.
Remember the groundhog roast?
Yes.
And you don't remember how old? Okay.
I don't.
43. And
46.
we got another groundhog roast coming around here pretty soon.
You're 43,
43.
Sasquatch? Okay.
I'm 43, and I picked up my first
Oh,
computer
that's right.
a year ago.
Ajot, am I younger or older than Sasquatch?
I was thinking around the same age.
Well,
He's
older or younger?
Mexican long hair is younger than I am.
Younger because I'm younger.
Yeah, I'm the oldest.
I'm gonna shock everybody here. I'm actually older than Sasquatch.
Bitch, eat me.
What?
I'm actually older than Sasquatch.
Okay, but how much older?
I'm not asking.
I'm
A gentleman never tells.
Oh, whatever. Come on. Truth be told is 44.
Correct.
Yeah.
So come on. What are you?
I'm not telling.
Are you 46?
I am not saying.
Bitch.
I'm not saying, Ajot.
I'm gonna sit back and drink heavily while y'all.
We're here with you, boys.
I'm old enough to
You're
know.
50, aren't you? But you
No.
look younger.
Oh no, I am not a senior. Dare you?
I'm trying to say like 43, 44, but you're like, well, so I'm just like,
I get from a lot of people that I'm like late 20s, early 30s. I'm like, what?
oh, they lying to you, buddy.
What fucking
shit?
Just kidding. Just kidding.
It's that beard, man.
It's the long hair. You have good complexion, the skin, everything. I mean,
He's talking about you, Sasquatch. Look he's getting red.
no, I am not. I'm talking about you, Mexican long hair.
I know who she's talking about.
What am I doing here? I'm looking at chat. Chat's having a field day right now.
How do you know? How do you know what?
How do I know what?
No, they're asking in chat, how do you know how old I was, basically? And they said, how do you know?
You all are lying, Fab Daddy says.
How do I know how old he is? Oh, we have history.
Fab Daddy says F you. Nothing wrong with 50. You're a senior citizen, Fab Daddy, but I still want to hire you for the movie, Fab Daddy. Hire you meaning not pay you.
Okay, Ellie, give it up. You say you know how old he is, give it up. He ain't gonna do it.
No.
She wouldn't do it. No, she won't.
She won't do it.
Do it for
she's
3
too good
people.
of a
Come
friend
on, do it
to
for
do
3
that.
people.
She would never do
those
that.
absurd memories, right? And on my birthday, MLH told me how old he was.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean you remember.
Oh, he remembers. I'm sure Sasquatch remembers. I think I did that privately, though, Sasquatch. I think I did it.
I'm still not telling her.
Right.
Oh, I'll find out next time.
How are you gonna find out,
I'm gonna
AJ?
find out.
You ain't gonna find out.
Uh-huh. You'll tell me yourself.
No, I will not.
In the hot tub.
Oh,
Oh shit,
well,
man.
hot tub. Ooh, okay.
There, didn't she?
That's a good point, but I'm still not telling you.
Oh shit.
Oh man. Oh man. Now I gotta do a thumbnail for this video. Oh boy.
Oh, hello, Andrew. Welcome to the show, Ellie. Good to see you. Oh boy.
What Florida man for president? Oh, I don't know. I
I,
just
I,
said no.
I drew a blank on the question for the show.
So you don't even know. I mean, it's just random words.
Florida man.
What
I'm not
Florida
talking
man?
about DeSantis. I'm talking about just like random meth
A
heads that
Florida
I can't
man?
breathe.
Hell no. Nobody from Florida, man. Everything shitty happens in Florida, bro.
Hey, no. Listen. If we have an invasion of reptiles, Florida man's the man.
I think I'd rather vote for Sasquatch, like an actual Sasquatch.
How do you know I'm not?
Well,
I
you
use a
know,
people filter for these things.
that's true.
Read my description.
MLH.
Yes.
Ellie said if she tells, will you release her from her wrench?
Hell no.
Oh, there you
There's
go.
there's nothing anybody could do.
Yeah. See, she has qualified immunity on you. That's what that is.
Yep. That's exactly what the fuck that is.
Right.
You're fucked.
You know what? The rules don't apply in Colorado, truth be told. we abolished
Apparently it does on YouTube.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, y'all did.
yeah.
Hey, let me ask you something. Did that make a change there in your? Or are they still acting ignorant?
They're still acting as shitty as they ever did. The only difference is they're kind of on notice. They've slightly altered their tune, although I will say Aurora and a good chunk of Denver PD is still probably. I would probably put Aurora second worst in the nation behind only Mesa, Arizona.
Yeah, Mesa's
Possibly,
bad.
yeah, possibly even worse than Mesa, to be honest. They might be the worst department in all of the United States. But Denver is right up there with them. I mean, they have
Yeah.
some of the, and Ellie can attest to this. They have some of the shittiest fucking officers that you could possibly have. So,
Well, I can tell you this. Wait until I expose New Roads, Louisiana, all the way. You think Mesa's bad? They yank guns out on you and slam you against the side of the truck for being an auditor.
I've been thinking on this.
yeah, well,
Trust to me, fellas. I have 3 auditors. AJ, do you claim to be an auditor? Are you still
A
auditor?
cop watcher.
Cop watcher? Okay.
Yes.
I have 3 auditor cop watchers in here. I guess truth. Okay, I have 3 cop watchers. I don't guess any of y'all consider yourselves auditors, do you? No.
I don't consider
You
myself.
have audited, but you
Yeah.
do not consider yourself an auditor. You are a news reporter, cop watcher.
Well, here's the thing, Sasquatch. I don't
Journalist,
label.
activist.
Well, okay. I'm what they call. If I was a character in Dungeons and Dragons, this might be right up your alley here. I'd be a bard.
Uh-huh.
Because bards do everything, right? They're a little bit of everything, right? They're jacks of all trades.
All right.
They do a lot of things well, but they never master anything. That's how I feel. Like I'm always learning everything, and
Okay. So
I've
on
kind
the
of always
D&D
been.
tip, I gotta ask you this before we move on.
Yeah.
On the D&D tip, when did you stop playing?
I never really stopped playing.
Did it stop playing you?
Yeah, because like
Where?
friends move and
where?
it just
At
you know
what
how it
point?
is. Yeah.
No. You know how it is. If you speak TSR, you know what I'm trying to ask. At what
Yeah.
point did you separate yourself from Wizards of the Coast?
That's a good question, man.
Think on it and email me because there's a full disclosure discussion that could take place for TSR on that particular conversation.
Yeah.
Me,
I'm
it was-
sure.
It was 2.5.
2.5.
Way
Yeah. Yeah. It's
Cut
sort
out.
of the Final Fantasy question. Like when people can tell how old you are based on your favorite Final Fantasy thing, and I'm
Uh-huh.
kind of with you. I tried older, like newer versions of D&D, but I'm with you.
Alright,
2.5 was when I kind of was like, that's the ultimate, you know.
but
Yeah.
after 2.5, I did 2.5, I did the whole thing. When 3 came out, they included cards.
Yep.
And when they included cards, it occurred to me that, you know, if I wanted to play cards, I could be a millionaire and play in fucking Vegas. Why would I fuck around with cards in my Dungeons and Dragons? I'm here to be for. I'm here for Palace of the Silver Princess. I'm here for Against the Giants and White Plume.
Yeah. Yeah.
I am here for Gary Gygax's absolute ability to kill off entire multi-powerful parties.
Yep.
That's
Yep. I mean, I just happen to be I just happen to be always the one that was killed first in almost every campaign because I'm always the guy like let's just go in there and get it, you know, get after it, you know.
all right. So I have it under good authority that this is not a good topic with the rest of the group here. We're having fun. They're not.
Yeah,
I don't
right.
know. Oh wow. Whatever.
Yeah,
Good
age out would be like
authority.
in D&D terms, age out I don't want to say elf.
What is
Age out
D&D?
That bitch is a
Dungeons and
pixie.
Dragons, girl.
Do
Come
not
on
Oh.
fuck
now.
with me. I know what she is. She's a pixie. That bitch can
Yeah.
turn invisible when she chooses to, has a bunch of goddamn sparklies and sprinkles, and changes the look of herself every 2 days. That's a pixie.
That's a good point,
Yep.
man. I can't dismiss that point, Sasquatch.
We can continue. I could name each one of y'all. Truth be told, over here, he's a little pornographic dwarf.
Yeah.
Why pornographic?
I know.
Have you seen his mustache?
Free mustache rides.
Told you.
I love it. I love it.
And you, my friend,
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go with snark and sass on this one and say you're one of the fucking wizards.
Me?
Renaissance man. No, honest to God, you at all my previous guests, and I love each and every one of you like a brother and a sister. I really do. You, I actually have more in common with you than all the rest. And here's why. That statement that you made just a little while ago about being a sort of jack of all trades, I
Yeah.
am a consummate generalist. I don't do anything well, but I can do damn near anything anyone asks me to do within a few moments of having the realization that I need to do it.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
will go read a book, read some freaking notes, check out some experts, see how the experts do it, and then I will attempt to mimic them as well as possible. Then I will fake it until I convince you I have done it my entire life.
Well, I won't convince you that I'm the best at anything
I'm not
ever, so
talking about
that's
the
the
best.
difference.
I'm going to convince you that I've been doing it since I was a kid and that I did it because I enjoyed it.
Yeah. 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 Well, you know, I mean, yeah. I mean, I guess that's an apt description, Sasquatch, but I don't know, man. Like lately I've been getting shit done and I was always known for always starting a lot of stuff and never getting anything done. But I'm
Me too.
turning that around quite a bit,
But
you know.
there's a weird thing that has happened since I've become a part of YouTube and started using YouTube to back up some of the stuff I've been doing. Weeks later, months later, I go back to private projects that I've been putting together for a while and I finish them because they're still there.
Yeah.
No other reason. Previously, I would break the device it was on. I would frag out the computer it was on. I would lose the book it was in or whatever.
Yeah.
Now, whenever I do something and I'm like, okay, well, it's not done and I don't want to publish it, but I've got enough of it done that I know it's going to be a thing, I'll upload that part in private. And then I'll delete everything and go back to doing the other stuff I've been doing. And then I'll see something that triggers the finish of that project. I'll go download it, finish it, do the thing with the thing, and do the thing. That's YouTube.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, there is a definitive start and end whenever you do stuff on YouTube, which has been, you know, it's I mean, YouTube's been good to me. Obviously not monetization wise or anything like that, but it's given me a
Thank you.
good focus. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
yeah, in that
Oh,
respect, it's pretty good.
I have no focus. That is one difference between you and I. You have a focus on a particular activism you propose, and you're a proponent of it. And I approve of that, and that's fine. That's great.
Yeah, yeah,
Um, I can also approve of someone who disagrees with you and support them equally.
right,
Not because I don't like you and not because I don't like what you do, but because y'all both have valid arguments that y'all are proposing, and I haven't decided between them on a basis, right?
right,
So, I don't know. Maybe both of you are right. I have no idea. Maybe you're both lying. I couldn't tell you. I got video proof on both hands. So anyway,
yeah,
here's my point. Whereas these other assholes are out here making cop watching videos and doing audits and basically just pissing off people to get views in
uh
some
huh,
instances. Uh, you're doing that, but you're also doing other YouTubery.
yep,
And it's that other YouTubery that I strongly approve of.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt that the most important thing on my channel is the activism, Sasquatch, and the outreach that I do with homeless people. I mean,
And I
Ellie,
approve of that too.
Yep.
yeah,
Yes.
Yep.
Ellie put it very succinctly one time when I can't remember who it was, but somebody was saying, he's a champion of the homeless in Denver, and there's other people's with that title. I would firmly put Regan Benson in that category of champions of the homeless, but uh, you'll find not very many people care as much as I do about the people of Denver and Aurora and Lakewood. I mean, I've seen a lot of videos lately with people kind of exploiting the drug problem in Lakewood in particular. They say Denver, but the video they take is of Lakewood, and I'm out there all the time on Colfax. A lot of times I don't put out videos of me handing out food to the homeless people out there and stuff like that because I never want to be accused of the same thing that I'm telling you, the exploitation of people and stuff like that. But I
No,
can honestly,
yeah, I agree with that. Me, believe it or not, me and AJ's drove around downtown San Antonio off camera handing out clothes to homeless people.
yeah, yeah. I can honestly tell you that my heart is always in the right place, no matter what I'm doing, no matter what I'm saying. And when it comes to the people of Aurora, Denver, Lakewood, the Denver metro area, I should say, nobody cares as much as I do. And there are other people like I said, Regan Benson, and I know Ellie cares about the
Hold on.
people here, even
Let
though
me
she
have
doesn't
let me have a
live
moment
here.
to talk about Regan. If
Yeah,
nobody's ever encountered Regan, if you're out there and you haven't encountered Regan Benson as the powerhouse that she is,
yeah,
she has an amazing ability of bringing a focus to a given specific problem
yeah,
and then expounding it 19 times, right?
yeah,
Okay, so this is Charles. He has this problem. But this is Tony, Delvin, Belvin, Bob, Chim, Kim, Sam, and Delacroix, who all have the same problem. But this is Charlie.
yeah, yeah,
You see what I'm saying? Like your
yeah,
Forgotten episode. I love that. I love that. I
yeah.
really wish you could
I
figure out a way to get that to continue that type of thing to happen.
Yeah, I have I have this thing where I put people in different categories, right? And Regan, in my view, is the greatest of all time advocate, especially here in Denver. And I would put her advocacy for the homeless up against anybody's clear across the nation. I think she's the greatest of all time. Period. I don't like when she does auditing, she's the greatest of all time. When she does activism, she's the greatest of all time. When she does homeless outreach, she's the greatest. She is the benchmark to which most people should, hope to aspire to in their lives. You know what I mean? Like you can do different things. You can be a lawyer, you can be a doctor, and you know, we're always teaching our kids be the greatest of all time or as good as you possibly can be, et cetera, et cetera. But
Do
if you
you?
actually if you actually want a real life of
Good
example
night.
of a person that has done things the right way her entire life, it's definitely Regan Benson, and I'm proud to call her a friend, and I would do anything in my power to help her out, and I have at times, and I'm very happy to have the experiences that I've had with Regan Benson, and like I said, anybody that's ever experienced anything, you haven't really seen the greatest until you've seen Regan Benson up
I've got
front
a short.
and personal.
I've got a
So,
short on my channel that tells you everything you need to know about Regan Benson. There was a guy with a shovel who pretended that he was going to hit her
oh
with the
yeah, I'm very
and
well
she
of that video.
chased him down and not only broached him about the subject, but also broached his supervisor and their supervisor and a nearby cop who witnessed the whole exchange.
Yep.
And so, like, on point, yes, absolutely. Immediately and sharp as a tack. Do not think if she doesn't say something about something that you know is sketchy, it's because she's decided she's not going to say that right now.
Right. Right.
Because she didn't notice and
Well, let
not
me
because she doesn't realize.
let me explain Regan Benson. I always I hold her in the highest of regards. Let me explain a time that proved to me that she was the greatest all-time cop watcher, and I'll tell you why. One time we were out on a cop watch, and we were watching these cops do a raid on a motel. And why they were out there, I mean, they were out there for nefarious purposes, and I don't want to get it too much into it, but before we got there, Regan has a sixth sense, even more so than I do. And I think I'm pretty good when it comes to reading cops and you know, telling, you know, kind of, you know, surveying the situation, right? I'm pretty good at that. But Regan is an all-time great
Yeah.
because of this sense that she has, right? She knew that if we just stood back 130 feet, however far we were back, we were way far back, way further than I ever like to be on anything. But she was like, let's just, you know, I was like, well, should we, you know, go up there or, you know, what are we doing? And she's like, no, let's just, let's stay right here for a second. And sure enough, it wasn't about 1 minute later, the officer, you can see it in my video. It's the video with Officer Hackett. But we
Oh
stood
yeah.
back. Yeah, we stood back, and it wasn't but a minute later that Officer Hackett decided to take his camera out and take pictures of it. And that's all Regan needed to get up close and personal with Officer Hackett. And then the video transpired as it did, and we both took care of business, right? So she knows exactly what she's doing in any almost any situation. Now, you know, she doesn't know what the cops are going to do. None of us do at any given point in time. But as far as like her having a sixth sense of what, you know, of what to do and how to act and what to say and stuff like that, there are none better. And I will I will I will say that I don't care who it pisses off or what, but it's just the straight truth. I mean, she is definitely the greatest of all time in my opinion.
I
Aren't
mean, you
you?
won't know exactly, but you know, body language on the cops tell you a lot. You know, you've got to pay attention. You know, whether they're putting, you know, it's not knowing what the cop's going to do, but it's clear. You know, I've known several times. I've even called it in videos. You know, if they're going to go hands on, and they sure did. You got to watch that body language on those cops because it gives it all away.
And
Yeah.
that's one thing I got to say about Regan is she reads body language extremely well and quickly.
Yeah.
She's
Yeah, and
fast at timing.
there's inherently, and Ajak can probably speak to this too. Women can remember details that men cannot, or most men cannot. And you want to talk about having just an awesome memory of events and things that go on. Even though she's got 50 million things that are going on at any given time, she can remember details that most people don't. And another person that can do that is in chat. Ellie can recall detail after detail after detail, and I think it's like I think genetically women are superior in that way of remembrance of detail.
Yeah.
I wished I could remember half as much as what Regan or Ellie or any number of women that have I've run into in the course of my life. It's an amazing thing.
Yeah, she definitely throws case law, and that's and that's what really needs to be out there because people just don't need to hear repeats in video. About like ID refusal. Whenever you actually throw case law out there, that's the educational part, I think, too. So, and
Yeah,
she's really super good at that.
KDOT's very good at that. KDOT just had a clinic of a video that he
Yeah, no,
did
I
on it.
saw that. I saw that.
Yeah.
I have one issue with KDOT. KDOT is
What's that?
he is angry, and he lets that angry come out as animosity, and
Yeah.
the animosity comes out almost as harassment. Not quite. He
Yeah.
does not cross the harassment line.
Yeah.
Almost.
Yeah, let me tell you a little bit about KDOT. KDOT knows exactly what he's doing. And
I
I
didn't say he was wrong.
right, right. I understand what you're saying, and it's a criticism that other people have said about KDOT too, and it doesn't make me bristle. At first, it used to make me bristle, but I've had deep conversations with KDOT, and I know exactly where he's coming from, and I am 100% behind KDOT. I mean, that's another dude. If you want to talk about the female greatest of all time, it's got to be Regan Benson. If you want to talk about the male greatest of all times, I know people exalt San Joaquin
He's good.
and James Freeman and all
That's who
these other ones, right? I would put KDOT in the pantheon of great cop watchers, auditors, whatever you want to call them.
I'm not disagreeing with you.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
know greatness when I see it. I go seeking it. It's part of the clout chasing nature of YouTube. And so
yeah,
when you find greatness, you place yourself amongst them in hopes of it rubbing off.
yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, I've surrounded myself with some pretty great people here in Denver, and you're right, Kate, Sasquatch. Like you do. I mean, I'm always learning. I mean, even into however old I am. I know Ajot wanted me to say, but I'm not saying. Um, is Ajot still on the panel, or did
Yeah,
she leave?
she's over there doing stuff. She's
Oh,
got
I
other
got
things
you.
going on.
Um, but
What?
nothing. We didn't say anything bad
I
about you
didn't
at
say
all.
anything at all.
Ever. Um, but like in the grand scheme of things, like I have in my mind like the greatest, of all time in different categories, and it's not even close. Like I hold K-Dot in very, very high regard. I hold Regan obviously in very, very high regard. There's really not very many people that I would put up on a I want to say pedestal. It's not really a pedestal so much as, just recognizing greatness. You know how like there's certain actors that I don't think anybody would deny that they're
You
really
have
good,
to recognize the work.
Right, right, right. And most definitely those two always when somebody asks me, I mean they are two people that always come up in mind. And I'll tell you another person that's really good and underrated is Aurora Transparency out here in Aurora, Colorado. She
Yeah,
is
I've been in chat there for a minute trying to get some kind of like rapport going on, and I don't know. I guess he's got too many subs or something. It just ain't happening.
right, right.
Nothing against anybody involved. Once you got about 5,000 subs, it's hard for one guy to like poke through the throng.
Yeah.
Speaking of, somebody we know is almost gonna hit 10,000.
I have
So if
Who?
you're not subbed, please sub to Truth Be Told.
Ah,
Share him. He's almost there. We want to get him there.
truth be
do it.
told.
I'm only lacking 30 more subs right now.
Oh
So we
shit.
need to get him a knife, 40, 50 with a cushion.
Truth. If I knew that, I would have did a whole marathon. I've been known to get people their milestones,
It's
bro.
not too late. What are you talking about? Do one tomorrow. Hello, hello.
You know what? I mean, if the people want it, I mean, that would
Oh, the
probably shut
people
down
want it.
that would probably shut down Sasquatch's stream real quick.
So, good luck. I got
I
two and
would.
a half hours of fucking music and 8.5 hours of quotes. Go fuck yourself.
You know what, Truth, I would do it for you, but it is kind of late, man. It's like 9 o'clock here. I can't.
Oh,
I,
the last day I've been jumping pretty good. By morning I'll have 10. I'll have 10
yeah,
games.
man. No, that's a huge accomplishment, man. I know how I
I'm
felt when
proud
I
of
hit 3,000. I mean, it was
you.
pretty
Welcome back,
exhilarating.
people.
Talking about
What are
stat.
you up to, Sasquatch? Almost 2,000?
Uh,
Oh, I'm chasing him. He's at 15.
chasing me. This bitch run up
I'm
to like
almost at
14.
13. What are you talking about?
No, don't give me that shit. Yo ass run up to like
Excuse me?
14, like 1,200, 1,400, something like that. Like real quick. You was like 500, 1,200.
No.
Like a week, 2 weeks.
No.
I'm sitting over here going, here I am putting in all this effort.
It wasn't even like that.
She just blow it up because she's cute.
Well, she's definitely
Making
better
strangers
looking than you are, Sasquatch.
Right?
So that goes
I stuff
into it.
to
But
her. She looks
but
better
Ajot
than I
does a
do.
pretty good job when she's cop watching and doing her thing.
No. Ajot's real strength is in finding new content to play with.
Right. Right.
That's it. That's her bonus. That's her thing. Her superpower is looking at what other people do and doing something similar but not the same.
Yeah. Yeah.
Beautiful. I love
Making
it.
it my own.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. I love it.
Yep.
Thank you, Ellie.
I'm just likable.
That too.
That too.
Yeah. That's not her. Hold on.
Unless you're
I'm trying
PDF.
to get your freaking link.
Oh my God, Ajot, don't do it. Don't do it.
It ain't worth it.
That's it. I'm done.
It ain't worth it. But you wouldn't listen.
Man, truth be told, you're up to 10. I didn't even notice, bro.
Hey,
Man,
we already passed it.
Dude, I've been jumping pretty quick here lately. I've been putting out even that video I put out yesterday. I mean, like I said, I'm dealing with tyrants here in New Roads and just Louisiana, period, dude. Every time
Yeah.
you walk up on anything, dude, these cops give you fucking content, dude. It's just nonsense.
It's like a freak gift.
Right.
Well, you got to be careful here too because I've already had guns pulled out of me twice by cops since I've been here. That's just how bad. That's just what I'm working with here.
Truth, are you
Yeah.
seeing this? All right, am I wrong? Hold on, let
You
me
have
write.
to type it all the way in.
Is it a capital B?
It doesn't matter if it's capital or not. Just put truth be told audits and then they'll pop up.
Did.
You did not. You put
did.
truth be told.
Oh
Yeah,
my
there's a lot of
goodness.
truth be told channels.
Fuck
Yeah.
you.
Fuck you. And the horse you rode in on.
Operator
That's the
technical. Operator.
And also what I'm doing here in Louisiana too, though, since I've been here, I've trained 5 different auditors and cop watchers since I've been here because everybody was so scared to come out here. You know, they needed, a hand to, help get them out, and they wanted somebody with experience to go out. And ever since then, I've helped 5 channels grow here. So
Yeah. I can't tell you the number of channels I've helped reach milestones, truth. That's something I'm extremely proud of, actually. I've actually done plenty of
Is that Navajo? I'm sorry. There's a language in chat. I think it's either Navajo or Blackfoot. I can't.
I don't know. It's
No,
Native
it's not.
American, obviously, but I don't remember what.
Now I have a terrible Southern accent, so forgive the accent, but I actually associated with a young Navajo lady at one point, and she
associated.
teach me a little bit.
That's code for had sex with.
I learned things, especially when I'm interested.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Sasquatch, I associated with. Come on, man.
We were together for like 2 months. I wouldn't go as far as say we were dating.
Yeah.
You know, like I was on vacation and she was on the reservation. What am I supposed to say? I don't understand.
Yeah. Oh man, what I found? What is going on here?
This is not the first time this type of thing has happened. My mom was a weirdo. She spoke like 5 or 6 languages, and she taught us to read several. And one of the languages that she was, entranced by, I guess, was, Creek, like, the actual, like, double consonant Creek that was written back in the 18th century. I can't remember the guy. The guy invented an alphabet for it. She learned to read it, and then she taught us. Now, that's not it. That's something else. Navajo, yes. Right? No. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. By the way, while I was talking, I can't believe I multitasked for a
Go,
change.
girl.
I just put out a video on my channel if anybody's interested. It actually was a pretty candid conversation that KDOT and myself had with Sergeant Lanier of the Aurora Police Department. So I'll leave it up for you guys to decide whether or not this sergeant was being truthful or being less than truthful. Let's just put it that way.
Know where I stand.
So. Oh, what is
Is there a
AJOT listening
TV
to?
on somewhere?
Yeah, AJOT's listening to YouTube videos. She's probably watching He Who Shall Not Be Named name
I'm
stream.
chilling with Big Weeby God.
God. You're chilling with Sasquatch. The fuck's
And
wrong with
Vegas prison stories and
you? Okay,
whoever
no.
else.
That's a good channel. I can't
They're
judge
my
you.
homies. That's yeah.
No,
Ask
he's
Strange
good.
and Unusual, he'll tell you.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
Well, Sasquatch, truth be told, AJOT, always a
Hey,
pleasure.
brother.
Good
It's always good.
night.
It's always good
I'm
seeing
gonna
when we do, man.
Much love,
I'm
bro.
gonna dip out and eventually one day, truth
Hot
be
tub.
told. Well, AJOT, I mean that's a given. You in the hot tub for sure.
Okay.
But truth be told, I'll be up there with you, brother, and
Oh
we'll
yeah,
be celebrating.
I appreciate it for sure, man. I'm planning on going out tomorrow night because, like I said, I know I'll hit 10K, so I'll be putting out a video tomorrow night, thanking everybody at the same time too.
Oh, you better do more than that. We gotta have a show.
I want a
Okay.
friendly ghost round. You got to throw me something and mail me that shit. You
I
understand?
mean, an hour.
Hell yeah, done. Consider it. As long as the reach around is included. So.
Damn right.
Right on. All right, guys. Have a good rest of your
Have a
panel,
good one, brother. For
Sasquatch,
sure.
and always appreciate it, man. We'll talk, man. There's
Much
lots
love,
to
brother.
talk
You
about.
got my email. You got my phone number. Hell, you damn near living in my house. Just fucking let me.
Right on, brother. I'll talk to you later, man. Later.
All right, peace out.
Hell yeah.
All right, so we've got his new video up. Here's my question.
Yep.
Do we play it mute or do I put sound to it? Because here's the concern. If I play it mute, we're good. We can sit here bullshit all the way through. It'll be fine. If I'm going to put sound to it, I have to mute both of you. But I don't give a shit.
Well, I say go ahead and play it because it's a good video. It needs to get some gravity anyways, because I just put out all those shorts and didn't realize that when you put the shorts out, it was like putting a new video up. So it kind of lagged this video like really super bad, and it's really a good one. So
this is MLH's video.
Oh, MLH.
Right. No, he just uploaded it 2 seconds ago. I didn't know you were uploading videos. I don't think he told us. Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna have to mute.
Yeah, play it out. Yeah, play it out.
All right. Now I need to fix the sound so that y'all can hear it because StreamYard's fucking sucks. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it so much. I'm thinking maybe one day if okay, all of that's correct. All of that's correct. All right. Yeah. Here we go.
for that debate.
Dude, I tell you what, I was literally
Don't
talking.
look like you was running. You look like you was running from me.
No, I swear to God, it's not the case. I reached out to PIO and I'm like, hey, is this something we can do? And they're like, the problem is, dude, I don't want to get in trouble, man, for doing it. So
Yeah, that's exactly the problem.
man.
He will get in trouble for you reaming his ass on a public debate, man.
So
that's the problem.
It's entertainment. But, I know, right? It's but dude, so I got a few more years left in me with the PD. Eventually, I'm gonna transition out, dude, and I got a couple other things going on the side, and I love, like, I got a podcast I'm running.
I heard.
And it's entertaining, dude. I mean, it's just, you know, letting anybody on, talking, you know, telling their stories and their words. I sound like I'm anti, a little over a year now, you know, doing it. And it's more just, it's a spot, like, I don't, obviously I'm not going to get on there and be like, hey, this is what, you know, where I work and what I do for a living. I don't do that. So if somebody dug, I'm sure they could figure that out, obviously. No
But
problem,
you have to admit, Lanier, I'm sure when you watched the video, because I'm sure you watched the whole video, you had to laugh or giggle.
Well, I did. I was kind of watching. I'm like, it's entertaining contact. You know what I mean? But you know, man, it's like, I love people, man. I wouldn't even do this gig. I mean, it's the drain has been interesting the last few years, man. 18 years I've been doing the job total, and I've never been this tired, man. I'm just like tired, and I think everybody's getting to that point where they're like,
All right, let me fix my crap. You are now free to speak. You should be able to unmute yourselves.
Yeah, that was getting good already. I mean, we got to have that dialogue with them too, no matter what.
I agree.
try to, but sometimes they don't give you a chance to have that dialogue. They just immediately want to start, you know, barking orders and.
Right. So I asked him to drop the link. He's got a podcast. I'd like to see it.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe he has something I haven't seen before. Maybe it'll be great. You never know.
Yeah. But see, I like having interviews with them though, because I've got them saying some good stuff before, and I've also got cops. You know, I listen to what they say, and if they start going to the way that, you know, where their just ego just starts to explode, I let them talk. You know what I mean? And I have, you know, like Babbling Babbin here in Denham Springs, Louisiana. He makes himself look like a fool because of the things, you know, that he says. You know, he straight out said, you know, when we tell you to jump, you should say how high. I mean, I got him saying some just stuff that just didn't make no sense whatsoever, and still, you know, showing that he doesn't know the law. And I'm even telling him,
hold on one second. Mexican long hair, fine. Don't promote his channel. Send me his channel so I can go poke at it and see if it would jiggle. That's all I want to know is, do it jiggle. If it don't jiggle, I'll walk away. If he's just doing the same thing everybody else is doing, just as a cop, I'm not terribly interested. I got Belt Loop 29 over here if I need to talk to a cop. Saying I'm just looking for new shit, right? That's different. Anything other. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, you're good. You're good. Yeah. That's why I was getting back in reading chat. I love seeing what people say.
Axiom. Yeah, bud.
Thank you, strange and unusual, for subbing. I saw that earlier, so appreciate that.
Oh, he's cool. He's cool beans. I'm surprised he hasn't been subbed to you before this. Probably was at some point.
Yep.
Quadruple scoot. Okay, bro. I appreciate it. All right. Okay, so I have.
So that's all this guy does on his channel, or he does other stuff too, right?
I don't know. MLH asked me to mute it before I got to the part where he explained what he does. I didn't catch that part because he was like, "Hey, mute it from here." I was like, "Okay, click." I mean, it's his channel. Anything I use from his channel, your channel, AJ's channel. If you don't want me to use it, let me know. I'll remove it. I'll at least remove the sound, if nothing else.
Yeah.
Because in some cases, it ends up tripled and doubled over other things. Like I made an error. Okay. I was doing quotes, and when I did the recording of the sound, I used my Sasquatch radio clip, which included accidentally for public safety's clip on how to do a Department of Justice complaint. And so mixed in there is a whole bunch of that stuff for no apparent reason. Because I'm only taking like 15-second clips out of it. You
Yeah,
don't see
yeah.
nothing but the screen. And I didn't mean for that to end up in that particular recording, and it did. And I apologize, and I don't know what to do about it. I'm not going to record 4.5 hours of fucking content again just to remove a video.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't include enough of it to be copyrightable, so fuck everybody involved. I apologize. My bad. I didn't mean
See, at least you did that, dude. See, they should be happy.
or don't be happy. Get fucking glad the same pants you got mad in. I don't know what to tell you. I worked my ass off on it. Okay, I worked my ass off on it. I spent fucking 9 hours editing those freaking quotes down so that I could use them. I'm not asking for appreciation. I'm simply stating that it had occupied my time. That's it. There are other things that didn't happen because I was doing that. Hey, I got another 12 hours of it to do. I don't know, man. I don't know. All right, so tell me this, Truth.
Yeah, go ahead.
You're out there doing the whole cop watching thing. You're chasing them down in the night like fucking Batman. How many complaints have you filed in general, and where do you expect it to go?
I mean, we never know exactly. I mean, it's discussed between me and Michelle a lot. I mean, do they actually get gravity? Do they catch? Do they go to the officers' jackets and stuff? We don't ever really know.
Nope.
I've filed, quite a few complaint forms and haven't heard anything back, But I also don't fill out my name and address and date of birth. I just give them my email address. Because I do stay anonymous a lot of times when I do a lot of the complaints, and we should be allowed to.
Put the phone closer. I haven't seen you in a while. I just want to put you on the spot for a minute, and yeah. There you go. Oh, nice.
And you're beautiful as well, girl.
Oh, thanks.
He got a ginger shit going.
Yeah, I see that. That's what I was trying to.
I look like a Louisianan, like I belong here, but no.
You
and Blue Lives Matter could pass as brothers, man.
I worked with
that.
Louisiana for a while now that I called. This is gonna sound really stupid, but don't fucking judge me. All right. He told me he was from Mississippi, and so I called him Mississippi Mike, and he was one of the best co-workers I've ever worked with in my life. The man was about 5'3", like 190, 200 pounds. He was built like a brick shit house and had just done a 15-year stint for armed robbery with a possible murder involved.
Yeah.
So, immediate respect to the man with the Uzi, So we're working in a hole one afternoon, and he's running the sand town. And the entire wall of this hole, 23 feet deep, the entire wall breaks loose. And I was the watcher that was supposed to be like making sure that shit don't happen. And I had literally just touched him on the shoulder and was like, turn it off. And when I touched him, he reached over and went to turn it off. And the whole side of that hole, let me rephrase that. The entire side of that hole caved in on top of it. And as it broke and fell, I reached down and grabbed him around his chest, picked him up, and stuck him on my back, and the sand ran up right under my chin. And I was stuck. And he was laying on top of the sand. And he went off in a weird way talking about saving his life and yada, yada, yada. And I was like, dude, look, your ass was fucked. All I did was lift you up enough that you weren't fucked. That's it. There's nothing else there. You'd have done the same thing if you'd had a chance with me. Except I think if he'd have done it, he'd have grabbed me with one hand and threw me completely out of that freaking hole because his arms were as big around as my thighs. This man is massive.
Yeah.
And I'm looking for him because I'd like to start a business. And the day I do, he's hired. Hardest working man I ever saw.
It's a good thing. Why do I
That's
got
okay. You can go when you wish. No, Dead Bug is awesome. Are you familiar with Dead Bug Says?
No, I am not.
Okay. So check it out. Dead Bug Says is one of these true crime channels, but where most true crime channels go through all of the details and the fine details of the policing of it, the investigation and stuff, he covers that stuff, but he's more into the psychology of the killer from a experienced perspective, as if someone who might be a madman is commenting on other madmen. It's a beautiful thing. He uses a voice changer. He's got a great accent. It's phenomenal.
Nope, never heard of it. No.
I got the links over there pinned in chat if anybody's interested, but I'm going to go, let's see, I'm going to dig back a couple of weeks and we're going to go for, oh yeah, the semantics of a serial killer. That's a good one.
Do I still got it? Yeah, still got it.
Wait, you shouldn't write yet. Hold up. You're echoing.
Yeah.
To yourself.
It just repeats right after.
All right, well, watch this. This is what happens when I turn off isolation. Speak.
Hello. Yeah, it's still.
Is that worse or better?
The same. Matter of fact, a little bit.
If it's the same, fuck it. We'll roll this bitch out. Watch this. I got a new trick.
FBI profilers state that although many children wet the bed, it is the serial killer who does it exclusively to the age of 15 and 16. It's now believed that once someone wets the bed past 12, they have deep pathological issues. Me, I stopped right before my 12th birthday, so I think I just scraped by the cutoff point. Don't worry, ladies, I'm toilet trained.
Love this freaking channel. Great.
It was in 1972 when the FBI formed their behavioral science unit, with agents Douglas and Ressler interviewing over 32 serial predators. From these interviews, they made a central database, coining the term serial killer. Their research concluded that there were 6 phases of a serial killer. Number 1 being the aura phase, where they begin to lose grip on their reality. A prime example of this is Jap serial killer Satomi Miyazaki, believing that he was part man, part rat. Number 2, the trolling phase. This is where the killer starts searching for his victim. Considered the most intense phase, where they are almost single-minded of purpose in their search for a victim. This could also include
This is Dead Bug Says. It's pinned at the top of the chat. And this specifically is his dissertation on the semantics of serial killers.
planning the murder, disposing of the body, and doing it where they will not be detected. Number 3, the wooing phase. Now this can go in different ways, depending on whether the serial killer is looking for women, kids, or ass pussy, or all of the above. Cock and candy, one may lament. And although there's no real data on it, it seems a large percentage of serial killers like ass pussy. But apparently, the LBGT community blame us for that as well. They say that they're not made to feel welcome enough, so they kill out of shame. Of course they do. Number 4, the capture phase. This is where the
Thank you,
serial
Ellie.
killer acquires his or her victim. A defining moment for the serial killer, who incapacitates his victim, where he makes his intentions very clear. Experts believe that this phase often represents the killer's horrible life as a child, or perceived horrible life, and his wish to propagate this horrible existence with his actions onto his victims. Number 5, the murder, or what's known as the totem phase. When the killer gets his or her buzz, when they murder their victim,
Much love, brother.
the
Take a
organized
good nap.
serial killer is different from the disorganized serial killer, because their act isn't motivated exclusively by the murder, but it's also the control and the pain that it can inflict on its victim. The organized killer will often take its victim to the brink of death, only to bring them back to enjoy it again. This cycle is called torture and recovery, and if the victim doesn't die, they'll wish they had. The disorganized serial killer, on the other hand, will always kill their victim right away, and they almost exclusively take part in necrophilia, followed by depersonalizing the victim, meaning mutilation of the face and often the sexual organs. And the final psychological phase, depression. Often rearing its head during the totem phase, the serial killer has come to terms with the fact that his torture and murder of his victim did not satisfy his urges and falls into a deep depression. He'll take souvenirs from his victims to remind himself of the high, but he'll always be chasing that high and need to feed again. All experts agree that a serial killer by definition will kill 3 or more, with a cooling off period in between, with the most popular.
All right, so check this one out. Me and my brother. My brother is not the dumbest person I ever met. Let me Let me begin by just saying, like, I have an ability of collating data in my head that is not normal. It has to do with my autism and how I remember things just in general. He has a similar form of autism that is different. And when we get together and we combine the things that we notice out of a case, we tend to have an amazing amount of information that just is unreasonable.
Mhm.
So during our watching of CIS, we started writing up completely independent, unsub profiles of various serial killers and whatnot. Specifically, the two that I would bring to attention is the Unabomber and the DC snipers. And this is why we sat down and collated every piece of information we could find on the DC snipers. And we both individually, separate from each other, wrote a unsub profile of both of these snipers. And when we combined them, we had discovered a very interesting thing that both of us had noted. One is that one of them was older, the other was younger. One of them was probably disenfranchised from the military, and the other was a Boy Scout type who would idolize a father figure, right? Now, this is all very general, and it's nothing that you would pin down, except we did maps. And when we did the maps, we put an X on where the DC sniper lived. That was one of the 3 X's we did each. And we literally, both of us, literally, one of the X's shared a block. And we had both checked the same block as being a possible location for the DC sniper to operate out of because of details that we had noticed separately. It was his block. That's the block he lived on. That's where he came from. That's where he was operating out of.
Yeah.
With the Unabomber, it's a whole different ballgame. we have much less general information, but a lot more written information about the individual. He submitted more written documents to the police than any other individual of that type. And so we took those written documents, we read them, and then we both collated a unsub report based on it. And we did like a Venn diagram mapping of where we thought he might live. And when now I was wrong and he was wrong, but when we overlaid our both of our Venn diagrams, we had 9 points of contiguency that happened between the three circle Venn diagrams, which means we literally had a point on a map, and that point was 8 miles away from where he lived. Why? I don't know. I don't understand what happened in all that. But when he was arrested later and they released where it was he was located, me and him sat down and talked about it. It was like, that's really weird that that actually worked. But if you think about it, if you take enough details in, you might be able to come up with something like that.
Yeah.
It's called profiling. And while it sounds racist, it is actually a useful method of determining how individual psychology functions on a mass level. I mean, I can't explain. Now, granted, we also profiled a dozen other people that we never figured out anything about at all. I mean, I mean, a bunch
Yeah, well, a lot of got away. Yeah.
that worked, you know. I don't know. Anyway, I like this channel a lot. Deadbug says, this is another one that was brought to me by O Wolfie, like Landis Expandus, which is just great. If you like that kind of thing, it's awesome.
Yeah, I've just about watched it all. I mean, the serial killer thing, that's all my dad watches. He watches nothing but NCIS and all that stuff. So
Um,
I try to stay away from it because man, I watch these cops even violate rights on there, dude. It's like no.
sure. Um, well, I mean, consider this. What was his name? Ray.
Even though it's just all acting, you know what I mean? It just doesn't matter. It's
Oh
just
no,
disgusting.
no. There was one that was brought in through a violation of rights, and it wasn't the violation of rights that ended up being an issue because what was it? It was the Atlanta killer. He strangled people, and he's an artist. Um, Ray, is it Ray Willis Johnson? It's not Ray William Johnson. That's a YouTuber. It's a different one. It's God, I can't remember the name of that guy. Anyway, he's known as the Atlanta serial killer, and he killed people in Florida, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, and he did a pretty good bit of work around Atlanta. He was responsible for part of what they called the body ground, the dumping ground of Atlanta,
Yeah.
where all the old mafia and gangster people get stuck. Those people's.
Well, I mean, being from Texas, I mean, I knew a lot of the Texas stories, like, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. That was a real story. And they actually used human meat in a chili cook-off, and
Right.
they won awards over that stuff. You know what I mean? And
Exactly.
then I was eating human, and and the other one that hits me, being from San Antonio, is the railroad strangler. That fool, traveled everywhere in the state of Texas on railroads and killed
Oh,
people.
no, 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 no. There's theories that carry him as far as east as, Mississippi and as far
Oh yeah,
west
yeah,
as California. There are hundreds of bodies that might be attached to that guy.
yeah.
And that's another thing. I do a lot of these, true crime channels and stuff, right? But I'm not finding out about these through the true crime channels. I'm finding out about updates through the true crime channels. I've always been a true crime aficionado and probably could do a decent true crime channel if I wanted to. But there's people who do great jobs at that, and I'm not an expert.
No.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. The one who killed the kids in Atlanta, the guy who murdered the kid with the stick, he like Vlad the Impaler his ass, quite literally.
Oh yeah, I do
Yeah.
remember.
And
Yeah.
he is also an artist. He has, about 70 different, like, paintings of his victims that he's done in jail. So and his memory is immaculate. He has an amazing memory. While he couldn't tell you what her name was, because she never mentioned her name, he could tell you what she was wearing, what type of cologne she was wearing, what her socks were, what her neck looked like, what type of hairstyle she had on, what color her eyes were, what shade of whatever her skin was. All of it. They were able to identify 62, I think it was 62 of his victims from either portraits that he painted or descriptions from rote memory.
Yeah. Well, I mean, killers have been known to be super, smart. I have to admit.
Don't tempt me.
Yeah. Super smart people, man. I mean, but like look at some of them. Some of the ones, they used to be doctors and stuff like that, and they've just gone on a killing spree.
The nurses are the ones that bother me. Do a sub channel. Wait, you mean an unsub channel? Wait, what are you talking about? Stranger than usual. Specify. A sub channel. No, it's like Raymond something Chavers or Charleston or something like that. I can't remember. I can probably find it and cover that tomorrow. We could do like 4 different channels that covers his case or something if that's something folks would be interested in. Because I mean, like, I think that chapter did a bit. Um, Disturbing did a bit. Disturbing History and A Briefcase all covered a part of his existence. Raymond something. Well, I mean, I'm not an expert on this particular case, but I know some people who are, and they've done videos. So, okay, I'll look around and see what I can dig up. I'm not going to make a promise yet. Couple days, give me a couple days. Let me work on it. I got some quotes.
Do
I'm
some
not trying
research
to.
on it. Yeah.
Well, I mean, no, I'm fully up to date on his case. The issue is there may have been better videos made in the past 5 months since I checked on it. I'll tell you who I want to cover his case, and you probably won't like it. Keto and Crime does this deep dive into details that is lovely. Um, she really she kind of goes into the psychology of it, but she's more of a detail and facts oriented channel.
Yeah.
But she doesn't collaborate a whole lot. So I was actually really surprised that she came on the show at all. She was a dark horse who just came out of the shadows, did the show, responds to me in emails, but does nothing else. It's I don't okay. All right.
You've had some pretty good channels up though.
Dude, I got some great channels. I have some absolutely phenomenal creators in my backstory, honestly. And while I did go specifically looking for great creators, I never expected to find the volume of awesome people. Forest of Monsters, officially Forest of Monsters. My man has 3 teams of Bigfoot hunters hunting across the state of Tennessee for evidence of Bigfoot.
That's good though.
Bigfoot of 9 has been in half a dozen movies. Has one called Void Cat that's currently burning up YouTube. Shit, dude. I mean, how cool do you have to be to know those folks? I don't understand. I don't get it. This whole YouTube thing's got my mind blown.
Well, I mean, to be a creator, you kind of, you can't be a shy person. You have to be out there, any one of the channels. So
Oh, sure. But no, you'll be surprised, truth. Like a lot of people do this with no intention of actually producing content in the first place. They
that's
they
true.
do
Yeah.
videos. They film videos and they upload videos. It never occurs to them to go any further. Y'all are probably fixing to lose me. My internet's dropping out like really quick.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, I've still got my echo, and got that robot sometimes that.
I got one dot.
Oh yeah, it's gonna love you here in a second.
So why don't you say something for a minute?
Say something for a minute.
Yeah, give me 30 seconds. No, yes, maybe. Okay.
Yeah, it's better.
Yeah, okay. All right.
I just went and checked, dude. I'm 10 subs away.
That sucks. It's great. You
That
know,
sucks. It's great.
you know what I mean.
Oh yeah, of course.
I
Well,
mean,
I didn't expect to go up like I did, man. But
what
I
you
have to
did.
give props to Sam Joaquin. Sam Joaquin helped me out a lot. So
I told you, you do that thing, you do the thing, and they will come.
yeah,
And you were like, well, I'm not really doing like all that much. I'm like, no, no, you're doing exactly what you need to do, exactly the way you need to do it. I don't even think I even gave you advice in any direction to change anything. I was just like, do that thing you're doing,
yeah.
do that.
And I've stayed the same. I haven't changed nothing. So I don't believe you need to go outright with the cop. I don't believe you need to yell at the cop because that's not getting no point across to me. It's, having conversation and that dialogue. And when you got to raise your voice because some of them just don't want to hear it, dude. They're so programmed to the way that they are. They don't care about anything on the outside of their realm anymore.
Hey, strange and unusual. When you say a 10 tier list, are you talking 10 different serial killers from worst, not best? I don't know how to put that. What would be best to worst? I don't understand. I mean, I get what you're trying to say to do a tier list, but are we talking body counts? Because body counts is one thing. Viciousness of the crime is a whole nother ballgame, dude.
Right.
Mhm. Mhm. Maybe not. Well, I'll have to consider that. That could have ramifications for the channel. I gotta think on that. I'm gonna talk to a couple of folks that I know there that do that kind of stuff. We'll see. What I don't wanna do is put my channel in a position where it is unshareable. You know what I mean? Like,
You want your content to get out. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I'm not relying on the YouTube algorithm to share my content. I rely on viewers and previous guests and subs and stuff like that. M m My planned obsolescence is built in.
Yeah.
In other words, it doesn't really matter what I do after I've made, the type of content that I'm going for, the whole game theory thing. What I do is immaterial. It's more along the lines of the production of content and the usefulness of that content. I would like for it to help you or anyone else making content make better content easier.
Yeah.
And I think
Well,
that might
it is a lot of editing too. Depends on what kind of content you do have, but
be
editing
all
is.
right, so let me argue with that one on for a second because I haven't figured out how to do this yet. This gentleman here, Deadbug says, has got this wonderful video slideshow that takes place. It's beautiful, it's formatted, it's matted, it's doubled, it's echoed. The whole thing is gorgeous, right? And
Yeah.
then he comes in with this chocolatey voice texture over the top of it. I can do one and I can do the other. I can't put them together. I can't figure it out. When I do it, it never comes out like that, like this. I mean, nobody's gonna hear this. Fuck collectors, right? So I just bought me a new mic. I'm gonna try screwing with it for a while and seeing if I can make it do what I want it to do. I don't know. We'll see. What you got
Hope
for
you,
me, dude?
hope you didn't spend too much.
I just dropped $200 on the mic, dude.
Yeah. Well, I know you're a sound guy. You've always been, you know, up on the sound, and you can hear the stuff that I can't even hear. You know, sometimes on, you know, I've been in with you and you've talked about the sound, but I don't know too much about it. I mean, I just hear what I hear, and to drop a lot of money on a mic, you know, but that's what you do. I mean, that's what you're into,
Well,
and you
I
do
mean,
a good job with it, though.
there's more I want to do, and I'm limited by my equipment at this point. I don't know that getting a different mic is going to change that. I know that using this mic with this computer and the sound gates and stuff, the way it's set up is non-functional. You can tell by listening to this. Function, mouse. I said function. This one right here. Hold up. You are listening to Sasquatch Radio, where the technical issues are part of the show. All right. Now, I know y'all probably couldn't hear it because StreamYard filters it out. But when that actually plays, you can barely hear the very beginning, barely hear anything I say after about 2 seconds. And it's because of the way this mic functions on a noise gate. It doesn't let me speak. It's actually StreamYards that makes it possible for y'all to hear me. That's why I haven't done any, Sasquatch tales or stories with Sasquatch or anything like that.
Yeah, see, I didn't know that.
I would tell stories if I could, dude. I'm an excellent storyteller. Hello, my love. Thank you, my love. I just got food from the Whiffley hut and I didn't have to go get it.
That's
Bam.
always a good thing. Always a good thing.
Always a good, yeah. When your daughter shows up from like 2 days gone with Whiffley hut, that's good, right?
I don't even know what that place is. Is it
It's
a
Waffle,
local? It's a local place, huh?
it's Waffle House.
Oh, Waffle House.
Whiffley hut.
Yeah. Yeah, Waffle House. Yeah, we got those here. Love that place.
Did you know that if a Waffle House closed down, you should probably leave the county?
And why is that?
Waffle houses are always open. In fact, if a Waffle House closes down, it is reported to the federal government for their emergency response plan. Yes.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's not crazy if you consider
Yeah.
it. Think about it this way. You have 24-hour a day business that's open everywhere across most of the South and Southeast and some of the Southwest, right? You're covering half the country. In the event that this 24-hour business that has designed itself to function through every catastrophe known to man quits, that might be something you need to know. In fact, my personal bug out plan involves our local Waffle House. It starts kicking in when the Waffle House closes. No joke. What's up, Shelby Steak? Good to see you, bud. That's Kermit. He's good stuff.
Yeah, Show Me State News now. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
He's in
He's
the top.
another one that he had a channel like before us. And when I started the channel, I was like, hey, some people get shadow banned, and if you start a new channel, you never know, it might actually work because you're doing things now and yada, yada, yada. And he started a new channel. Done. My man blowed up. He's doing good stuff. I like it. Yeah, no, the Waffle House. Yeah, that's a crime thing, isn't it? I bet you.
Let's see here.
Right? We got about 15 minutes left, man. You got any channels in particular you'd like to bring up?
Yeah, I mean, there's quite a few. There's quite a
Oh, yeah.
few.
Name one, dude. I can spell sometimes.
I can spell sometimes. San Joaquin Valley Transparency.
Please, he needs our help like he needs a fucking hole in his head.
No, he still needs to be put out there because he's putting everybody else out there. That dude is highlighting every
Guarantee
small
you.
little channel that is out there. But it's good because
I don't disagree. But I
Yeah.
guarantee you, everyone who hears the sound of my voice knows San Joaquin. I've been preaching his message since day one.
Yeah. Well, AJOT, she's starting to do a lot more cop watches, getting more brave, getting out there. Like some of her last couple of cop watches, they try to not necessarily get smart, but she puts them in their place before they can even get smart with her. It's great. It's great to watch. So, and then there is a new channel here in Louisiana. He went
Raw.
off on, yep, Raw News. Go
I
subscribe to
want
him.
him in studio. Talk to
Yeah,
him.
yeah. This dude is 6'1". He says that he's wanting to get out with somebody that knows, and he's seen the work what I've done with the cops and everything like that. And this dude's bigger than me, and it's like, why are you intimidated by? It seems like they'd be intimidated by you.
No,
But
size has nothing to do with it.
well, they got tasers and guns and all this other stuff,
It's
of
true.
course. So, but it's
No,
just
no. I'm sorry. You seem to have misunderstood reality, Truth. Yes, they have tasers and guns and dogs and stuff, but none of that matters. They have laws. They have qualified immunity, and they have the ability to act in complete ignorance and not be sued. That's the threat.
yeah, of course.
Show me state transparency. I didn't get that far. I really love these shows almost more than Sasquatch Chills because I never know what I'm going to get when I go looking. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Show me institute. But did I spell it wrong? Hold up. How do you spell transparency? That's right, isn't it? Yeah, that's right. Okay, small channel. What do you mean by small channel? 500, 1,000, 5,000? I don't know.
Well, I mean, he's the first subscriber to a lot of them.
Who? Show me? Yeah, no. Show me state's fucking in there, dude.
Yeah.
I have gone to channels that I thought I discovered and found his ass already in chat. Like, I don't know how he found them because I'm after small channels. You know that.
Yeah.
Are you sure this guy exists?
You have to put you trying to find raw?
No, I was actually after show me state transparency. I just
You have to. Are you using all capital letters to search, right?
wait. Oh no, you're right. Oh, I'm so stupid.
Because like a lot of people are having trouble finding that raw news, that new one here in Louisiana, and you have to put capital letter W or RAW, and then news you have to put capital N and then lowercase for the EWS.
Right. Nobody thinks of that crap. That's why I bitch at people about their channel names. Just as soon as I get them backstage, too. Like, I shit you not. Like, they pop backstage and their channel's name is Third Cabin on the Right, different places to do things because we have different ideas. That's their name.
Well, look up well, just like you looked up Truth Be Told earlier. Look how many things come up when you enter in Truth Be Told. If you don't put audits, you won't ever find me.
That's true. That is the truthiness. That is absolute truthiness. I mean, hell, even at 1,500 subs right now, if you're not in this hemisphere and you've never encountered my channel and you search for it, you will not find it.
I agree.
Dude. All right. Show me state. You're not a mod. All right. I'm fixing to mod your ass. You link that fucking channel. I've been trying. Look, I've been saving that mod status on his ass for like a year, trying to get him to come in for a fucking interview. Even Lucky Laptop was like, "No, I got him. He's coming in. He's gonna do it."
And then bang.
I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed. We're not angry. We're just perturbed. Okay. All right. All right. All right. Let me try that. Are you fuckers y'all long ass goddamn names? What's wrong with y'all, man? Don't you want to be found? Ain't you wanting to be looked for? Oh man, you good? You good, man? I'm just a little drunk, a little perturbed about having to spell some shit in English. That's all it is. Um, on your wall, so that would be your community post. And audit the law. Show me state news now. Show me state manual motto. Right? Yeah, he was illegally arrested. Article 2, pepperoni audits. Yeah, I did a short on him. Missouri Freedom Initiative. Yep.
Yeah, he's good too, man. He puts out some good work.
20 emotion. Yeah, no, Midwest Accountability is good. Firm audits is good. Joco cops. I haven't actually looked for Joco yet. I haven't actually looked into him. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, the auditing community right now, I mean, they're down because I know you've heard about Jason Real Camera too, man.
Right?
So.
No, Rip. That man was an absolute fucking boss.
Yeah.
See James Freeman. We got that's not
James
available.
Freeman's a good guy too, man. I've talked to that dude several times.
I was in chat with him one time on a panel back before I started my channel, and we sat down. We had some real good conversation. It was like one of those 12 or 14,000 view panels back in the
Yeah.
day, and I was one of those people with like a little non-avatar. I just wanted to talk to the guy, so like we sat there and we talked for a bit. It was honestly that might have been the day I decided to actually start a channel. It was a good 2 or 3 years before I did. But
Yeah.
that day I realized I had something to say and that people might be willing to listen to it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Freaking thank you. All right. There we are. Bam. Could you hear that at all?
Yeah.
Yes?
A little bit like a like a noise of women's
Okay. You
voices.
heard that something happened.
Yes.
Oh, fuck that. That's not good. All right. I'm going to need to mute you for a minute. And I hope you're cool with it because I muted you before I asked. I'm going to like this. I'm going to subscribe. I want to tell him to send me all of his notifications. Then I have to go over here. Audio. Cancellation. Jack up my fucking volume. And then.
State here in a minute, but the police were called and there will be future explanation of what all happened afterwards. But anyway, if you want to skip to the actual video, it'll be just after 3 minutes, about probably at 3 minutes and 30 seconds or so by the time this is done. This video is long overdue, especially since I had replied to comments stating that I was going to be posting a video later that day, and this was, well, it's been a week and a half or so now, I think, something like that. Anyway, so I recorded this once already, and I added too much commentary that it made the commentary just as long as the video, and I didn't want to do that, so I'm going to go into more details in a future video of exactly what this case entailed and what the future of our lawsuits are going to look like. I had also gotten sick just a day or two after my first video, and it's all been respiratory, and it's mainly been in my throat, which has been a sore throat. So speaking hasn't been the greatest. It's still kind of sore, but I wanted to get this video out there, so I'm gonna go ahead and get this posted, get it recorded. But that was also part of my delay, is I'm just now kind of getting over that sickness. In this video, I showed up at Missouri Children's Division in the city where I live in Rowell, and I was trying to get information. This time about a team meeting that I was not sent an invitation to, despite being required to be sent an invitation. And this is after previously trying to get so much information, specifically medical information about my child, that Children's Division had taken based on accusations only. Charges were filed for abuse against my wife and myself. Charges were eventually nollied once the evidence was looked at. The Children's Division and the juvenile courts ignored. But like I said, I'll get into all those details later. But this was me showing up to Children's Division to find out why I wasn't invited to the team meeting. And of course, I get to run around.
As an observation, this is almost exactly the same topic that broken system, broken trust goes through. It's the whole defects, child support thing. It's not legal. It's not, well, let me rephrase that. It's not moral, but it's legal and it shouldn't be.
Person here tries to state something about a judge ordering something that he never ordered. But anyway, I'm going to let this video speak for itself. This is a parent trying to obtain information from Children's Division that refused to communicate at all with the parent involved, mainly because they could not answer questions pertaining to my child. Wanting to know what was going on with my child's medication and his doctor's visits, and being told nothing about his medication other than the fact that
Right. No. Yeah, no, exactly. I had a few friends of mine who have been
I went back and added this to the beginning. If you just want to skip to the actual video and don't care about anything, why were they refusing to look at evidence? Anyway, here's the video. Oh, one final thing. I was also officially trespassed from Children's Division by the Raleigh City Police Department because of this incident, and my family is seeking litigation because of this unconstitutional trespass order from a government building where I actually had legitimate business.
Right.
Madison?
Classic cop out
Hey,
kid.
so all communication with you is supposed to come through the attorneys.
Incorrect. Team meetings, I am required by law to receive an invitation.
Okay. Well, the
By
judge.
law.
The judge said that the
No,
communication.
the judge said.
I'm not arguing with you.
I'm not going to argue with you. The judge told me that he was going to communicate with my attorney. He said nothing about you guys. And not only that, Missouri law dictates, and your own handbook, by the way, do you know that? Your own handbook dictates that you send me an
But
invitation
most-
2 weeks in
I'm not
advance.
arguing with you.
2 weeks in advance. I want your supervisor right now.
She's not here.
I want to speak to her.
Well, call her. It's Carolyn Gerber. You can make an appointment.
Carolyn
all
Gerber.
communication-
You are a criminal. You're violating my rights
Okay.
and the law.
Okay, thanks.
I will be pressing charges. Are you going to get your supervisor? I want to speak to somebody that is in charge of you right now.
Well, she's not here.
Well, get her here. I want her here.
I'm not arguing with you, Madison.
You have my child, and you're violating my rights, and you're violating the law.
The judge said that communication needed to go to the attorney.
Your own handbook dictates that you send me an invitation to a team meeting. I want an answer from you. Why was I not given an invitation?
We sent it to your attorney, and she's supposed to.
What? No. Your own handbook dictates that you. It's in a bullet point.
Okay.
It says parents, and then.
I have encountered this issue before. Give me 2 seconds there, Truth. All right, you should be good now.
Yeah.
All right. So I've encountered this before. A couple of years ago, we had a kid come into our school. He did the full day of school and then went to the like extracurricular after school activities and decided he was going to make threats about something or other that triggered some bullshit. I show up about 10 minutes early to pick up my kid, and they tell me, I'm sorry, you can't have your kid right now because she's giving a report to the police. And I said, fuck that.
Oh yeah, immediately, yeah.
She was like, no, excuse me, sir, you can't. I was like, no, fuck that. Get her out of there right now. I want a lawyer
Exactly.
here with her immediately. If you
Yep.
don't have a lawyer with her, she should shut the fuck up immediately, and I want her out. This lady in front of me was like, sir, we really can't. And I walked by her, went through the metal detector, walked down the hallway, banging on doors until somebody came out and could tell me where my kid was. And then they brought her to me, like all of a sudden, like she was right in front of me, poof. because they didn't want that freaking drama. Because I was like, no, it's all cool and everything, whatever the hell happened, but you're not getting a statement from my child without either me or her mother or stepmother or somebody, a lawyer, something being there. Sorry, no.
Thank God you got there early, dude. See, something put you there early because that didn't need to
Well,
go on.
I'm gonna tell you, that was kind of a weird thing. I got a phone call from somebody who was like, "Hey, my kid just walked away from school because something weird happened." And I was already out going to get some drinks, and so I was like, "Okay." I rode over there with my 12 pack of Dr. Peppers and was like, "I'll just pick up my kid while I'm out." Right? Like
Yep.
10, 15 minutes early. It wasn't that much early. And I get there and they've got her back in the freaking office with a bunch of cops and get all pissy when I show up and I'm like, no, no, just no. And I pointed at the cops like, no, no, no. Y'all all know better. Stop it. And she didn't even bat an eye. My kid that kind of knows how I operate. And when she saw me walk in, she stood up, grabbed her shit, walked out. She ain't even looked back. And they tried to follow her and try to talk to her. And I was like, nope, nope, no, 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 no. I'll talk to her. I'll let y'all know what the fuck y'all need to know. Stop
Yeah.
it. Just fucking stop it. But then again, that's another thing, and I've mentioned this to you before. I live in a small town. I know my sheriff. I know most of the officers. Typically, it's not an issue, but this wasn't typical.
Well, no. Don't know of too many kids at all that's ever been questioned by cops at school. Maybe CPS, but not cops.
Exactly. So I don't give a damn what the hell was going on. That shit shouldn't have even started until somebody showed up with some legitimacy.
Like the parent being the first one.
Okay, so we're in a bit of a circumstance, right? There's me, there's my baby mama, there's her husband, there's my wife, there's her previous husband that also has stakes somehow. Anyway, my point is when you deal with this particular child, you do not get me. You don't get me and my wife. You don't get me and my wife and my baby mama. You get me, my wife, my baby mama, her previous husband, her current husband, and her other previous husband, plus their wives who also show up wanting to know what you're doing. It's a village to raise a child type situation.
Yeah. But the kid has a lot of support. That's a good
Oh, yeah.
thing.
No, infinite support. We're yeah, no. We all know each other, small town yet again. So it's not like we're all fighting and biting at each other's necks or nothing. It ain't like that. Kid's pretty much where she wants to be whenever. And the only issues occur whenever El Federales decide to get involved. Did I tell you what happened the last time I had a CPS involved?
Uh-uh.
Alright, you'll love this. You'll absolutely love this one. Okay, so CPS decides they're gonna put a DFACS, I'm sorry. DFACS decides they're gonna put a case on my kid, right? I don't remember why. It was some innocuous bullshit, like she forgot a book or some shit. I can't remember what it was. It was something stupid, and they decided to open a case. The next day, this chick I went to school with calls me up, asks me if I'm married to my daughter's mother because I'm listed as the father. No, I'm not.
Of course.
Well, would
Yeah.
you like to go out? Excuse me? Now, I'm as open to frolicking as the next Sasquatch, but you're involved in an investigation on my child. Whether or not I'm willing to go out on a date with you has no bearing on the
Nope.
previous
Nope.
state.
None.
So the fact that she dug up my number out of my file, she works for DFAC. She like has been there for 15 years. She's a major player in the county. Dude, I shut that bitch down so fucking hard.
That's good.
It was retarded. Like I've never seen a defect case go over in 72 hours.
she's still a public servant too, whether
Right.
it be friends or not. Yeah.
Right. No, I could totally go dig all that crap up and throw it on her. But here's the thing. She never approached me and well, okay. We can agree that that was inappropriate, right?
Correct.
Okay. Beyond that, she's never approached me in public. She's never come up to me in any other venue or circumstance. She simply acquired my number in an inappropriate fashion, called me and was like, "Hey, you want a dork?" I can't judge that too hard. She immediately closed the case out after she got my number.
Yeah.
That is definitely abuse of power.
Oh yeah, for sure. And they will try to use it too. And I don't care if it's it's like not just cops that do it. It is
Oh.
people that work in town halls and city halls and
Yep.
What they say goes, and that's just what they have stuck in their head.
All right. I'll be honest, I've gone an hour over farther than I was expected to, but hey, I've got a question for you.
Yeah, go ahead.
Are you done? Are we finished?
Yeah, we can be. I was gonna go check on my page and fishing and go celebrate. So
All right, cool. Yeah, no, I hope you made hey, wait, who's this guy? Hold on. The deal for real, the deal for real. How? Yes, you. I want you to do me a favor. And I know you don't know me from Adam's House Cat. I've never seen you before in my life. And I'm just some random fucking YouTuber. Listen, truth be told over here, this cat that's with me currently, say hi.
What's up? What's up, man?
He's like 12 or 14 people from 10,000 subs. If you go over here and kick him a sub, I'll come check out your channel and see what I can dig up out of it. What's up, Divine Sorcerer? Good to see you.
Well, thank you, Squatch. I appreciate that, brother.
Yeah. And actually, I'm gonna go check out his channel anyway. You know how I am.
Yeah. Well, I like looking at new content. I love looking at all this new stuff, man. I do. And I try to be a supporter because I'm a YouTuber too, and I want support just like I give it. So
All right, so here you go. Subscribe to you, bud. All 10 of your subscribers. I'm now number 11. And I will get every single notification you get, right? If you put out a video, I'll find out about it. I will come look at it. I might even present it in my show. I can't make any promises because I mean some shit's crap. I can't help that. But I can tell you this much. Truth be told, is like one of those fucking little ninjas that sneaks up on cops and films their ears. Why? But I approve. Sasquatch approves.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, dude, like you're not a YouTuber? You mean to tell me this isn't you doing things? Oh, he has no videos. Okay, well, subscribe anyway, like and comment.
Yeah, go ahead.
What am I gonna do?
I give you some stuff to watch,
Right.
and teach you your right at the same time.
Actually, he actually has something to teach you. If you're not a YouTuber, I'm not sure I can help you much. Sorry, that's not my expertise. All right, y'all. Listen. Hey, Truth, stick around for a minute. I'm gonna stick you backstage. I'm gonna do this whole thing. You know how it goes.
I know how it goes. So go ahead. Get down.
I'm gonna get down with the get down. All right. Actually, I've got a thing I'm gonna do because I haven't done it in a while. So I'm gonna do it again. Let's see. Nope, that's not it. You are listening to Seth. No, you're not. You're not listening to shit. You're doing this thing. Where's my outro?
Fuck this shit, I'm out. Fuck this shit, I'm out. No thanks. Don't mind me. I'ma just grab my stuff and leave. Excuse me, please. Fuck this shit, I'm out. No. Fuck this shit, I'm out. Alright then. I don't know what the fuck just happened, but I don't really care. I'ma get the fuck up out of here. Fuck this shit, I'm out.